Right, hello guys, it's me, Clock, and we're back with 14 Days with You, the demo. Yeah, I'm gonna make this two parts. It was kind of randomly interrupted the ending the last video, probably. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get all the endings in this part, and we're gonna finish day 3 in this part, okay? Confused, I rubbed the sleep from my eyes in order to fully take in the rest of the room, and just like that, memories from yesterday come flooding back. Oh right, Ren offered to let me stay the night due to the freak storm that swept over Corlin Bay. It was sweet of him to do. It had me wondering where he was right now. Was he still fast asleep, or perhaps he was already awake? Deciding there's no time like the present to find out, I stretch out the knots in my body to wake myself up fully and jump out of bed. As soon as I walk out into the hallway, the mouth-watering scent of something sweet and sugary greets me. It almost has my feet floating towards the kitchen. Curiosity, or perhaps hunger, takes over my body, and before I know it, I find myself navigating through the maze of Ren's stupidly large apartment. Speaking of the devil. I think the expressions just speak of the devil. There, Ren stands in his kitchen, hunched over the stove with a spatula in one hand, and what looks to be a recipe pulled up on his phone on the other. He doesn't seem to notice my presence yet, so I take the opportunity to study him a little bit more. And although I can only see most of his backside and side profile, I could easily make out the concentrated look on his face as his gaze flits back and forth between his phone and the pan. But just when I think he's about to turn around, Ren lets out a surprised noise and immediately lifts the pan from the stove. Fuck! Hearing him swear so casually was still something I had to get used to, but that wasn't what made me speechless right now. Sniffing the air, the smell of something burning invades my nostrils and has me retreating back into the living space for some fresh air. Wow, did Ren really manage to burn a pancake? Maybe he just wasn't that confident in cooking. Chat, I gotta teach you how to cook. I gotta teach you guys how to cook at some point, chat, because I'm better than this. Regardless, seeing him put so much effort into something so trivial did manage to pull at my heartstrings. Deciding I've had my fill of watching Ren, I finally make myself known. How will you respond? Hug Ren from behind. Try and scare Ren. Call out Ren's name and don't say anything. I actually don't know what to choose here, chat. What would I choose? He's your creepy boyfriend, chat. Damn, stream died and we lost half our viewers. Fuck. That blows. Okay, I'm seeing 2 1s, 3 1s, 4, 5 1s. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. So I guess we're gonna hug him from behind. We'll hug him from behind, I guess. Y'all are gross. True. This man is a creep and you're hugging him? And he just burnt a pancake. This is the last thing he wants. Quietly tiptoeing behind the taller man, I wait for the perfect opportunity to strike before wrapping my arms around his waist and resting my head on his broad backside. Chat? I didn't hear you. Despite his flustered outburst, Ren doesn't seem to move from my hold. In fact, he almost seems to melt and leans into my touch instead. And almost as if to confirm my thoughts, I feel him wrap one of his arms around my waist to pull me in for a brief hug. Good morning, chat. I was gonna surprise you with breakfast in bed. Sorry, did I take too long? It was like I flicked an invisible switch because all of a sudden, Ren was back to the usual timid personality that I'd grown to know. Oh, you don't have to go through all that trouble for me. It's fine. I really wanted to. Really, here. Without giving me a second to spare, Ren conjures up a plate full of thick, fluffy pancakes from somewhere behind him, alongside a few toppings as well. I didn't manage to burn these ones at least. Eat as much as you'd like. I'll have this one. He gestures to the burnt pancake, still stuck to the frying pan. No amount of washing and scrubbing would restore that pan to it. How are you burning a pancake that bad while watching it, bro? Giving Ren a pitiful look, I deposit a few fluffy pancakes onto my own plate before offering the rest to him as well. Ren, you've made enough to feed an army. Why don't we share? It's okay, I made them all for you, exactly how you like them. Oh, and how do you know how I like my pancakes? Deciding to tease him a little, I throw the lighthearted accusation into the air and hope that he'll catch it. Huh? I don't. I suppose... Don't people normally enjoy pancakes this way? I thought maybe... There he goes again, getting flustered beyond belief, while his cheeks flushed a deep red. Relax. I'm only teasing you. These pancakes are delicious, by the way. Who the... Did you just say eat Ren? Just eat him out. Bruh, what? I ain't doing none of that. Chat, if it pops up and you vote on it, sure. But until then, no. Bad chat. Horny bonk 'em, chat. Oh, you were just joking. It's not like in that locked room of mine back in the hallway. I have a bunch of recipes of things you like from all the times I watched you through your windows. Yeah. His mood immediately seems to perk up once he hears my compliment. You like them? Really? You're not lying? Then I'll make them for you again sometime if you want, that is. It's really no problem at all. I really don't mind. How about you just focus on eating first? Aren't you hungry? I snacked on a few while cooking them. Don't worry about me. You just eat. Want some different toppings? I've got more strawberries in the fridge. What about maple syrup, dude? What about maple syrup? You got some maple syrup? And you better not offer me honey instead, you motherfucker. You better have some maple syrup if you're making pancakes. Something inside me told me that Ren was lying, but I didn't feel like calling him out on it. I'm good for now, but thank you, really. Seemingly satisfied with my response, or lack thereof, Ren lets out a pleased hum and instead moves away to busy himself with washing the dishes. My gaze follows him, and I absent-mindedly catch a glimpse of the clock on one of the shelves. 8 o'clock on the dot. Wow. Yo, a ClockWorks reference, dude? Wow, I'm in the game? Dude, sweet. Dude, I'm just on the shelf. Nice. Wait a second. 8 o'clock? I was gonna be late for work. As if picking up my panic behavior, Ren halts his movements and sends me a curious glaze. Crap, I'm gonna be late for work again if I don't leave now. I still need to walk home and get changed and... Hey, it's okay, chat. Calm down. Look, your clothes from yesterday are washed and dry. Why don't you change into them when you're ready? I can drop you off at work. Ren? There I go again, relying on this enigma of a man, taking up too much of his kind hospitality. I was already overstaying my welcome by using his dryer and sleeping in his spare bed, but now here I was, eating his food and being exactly 5 minutes away from getting a lift in his car. He really should be the one called Angel instead of me. Thank you so much. I owe you my entire life. Well, that's... What? Chat? That's a bit of an exaggeration, chat. What the hell? And I thought I was being dramatic. Another date with you will do just fine. Hey, yo. His soft smile was the last thing I see before I head back into the guest bedroom to change. But before I can make it 3 feet away, Ren's voice calls out to me once more. Oh, but I should warn you, I don't exactly drive a car. What? What do you mean? Are we going on bicycles? Turns out Ren didn't actually own a car like I expected. He owns a damn sports motorcycle. All black, sleek, and scary, but what surprised me the most were the faded, always with you sticker decals that adorned the tank. So Ren was a fan of that webcomic as well. I always assumed the community was rather small. There wasn't much talk about the webcomic online, so it was nice to know someone else enjoyed it as much as I did. But just as I was about to bring the topic up, my vision goes dark as Ren places a helmet over my head with a smile. He fastens and adjusts the strap before motioning towards the back of his bike with an expectant look. Admittedly, I was a bit hesitant to hop on that thing, but Ren assured me that he'd tell me what to do and keep me safe the entire time. What is this? Is this skip? I don't want to skip, but I just want to know what that is. Daunting. He couldn't even begin to describe how I felt when the engine turned on, and I was certain Ren had scratch marks with how tightly I was clinging to him, but I somehow came out of it unscathed. I even managed to bag myself a nice warm hoodie that smelled like Ren, even if its only purpose was to protect me from the wind and flying debris. And when we parted in front of the library with a friendly goodbye, Ren waited until I was inside the building before taking off. But I barely make it 3 feet inside before a mess of blonde hair enters my field of view and almost knocks me over. Chat, there you are. Quick, I need your help. Thank God Eleanor is alive. I thought you'd be dead, Eleanor, for sure. Eleanor's anxious demeanor catches me off guard, and I immediately do a sweep of the library for anything out of place. But I'm hardly given any time to take in my surroundings before Eleanor reaches for my arm and all, but drags me behind the reception counter and towards a mountain of paperwork. Damn, I just realized we didn't even have 2 days off in a row. Damn, dude, that sucks. Oh, that's horrible, dude. And Eleanor's alive, which is great, though, because I need my thick librarian mommy with me at all times. Stacks upon stacks of books, files, newspapers, and manila folders cover the entire expanse of their desk. For the briefest moment, it almost resembled a messy archive repository rather than her workstation. I missed my thick, big titty fucking librarian mama, okay? I missed it. What's all this? This was supposed to be sorted out yesterday. I swear I did it already. In fact, I know I did. I remember leaving it all in Conan's office before I left work yesterday, so you can imagine my surprise when I saw it back on my desk this morning. Eleanor seems genuinely concerned, especially with how she's flitting about and pacing back and forth in front of me. It was almost like she'd seen a ghost, and if I didn't know any better, I honestly wouldn't believe it. Please help me. If Conan finds out I somehow messed up again, I don't know what will happen. Hey, don't worry, Elle. I'll help. And I doubt Conan will get mad. You know how he is. I suppose you're right. Her shoulders seem to visibly relax at my words, and she slumps into her chair with a heavy sigh. Thank you so much, chat. Do you think you can manage the stack of books? I'll handle all of the files. Without missing a beat, lest our boss magically appear somewhere behind us, we immediately get to work. Nice. Conan is alive? I would assume. There's no reason for Conan to die. Time flies by quickly when I have my chatty coworker to keep me company. She fills me in on this freak storm caught everyone off guard, and how some of the patrons shared the same idea of seeking refuge within the library as well. Apparently Eleanor was the only one to keep an eye on things, and from the sounds of it, she seems to have taken on the leadership role like a pro. Still, discussing her whereabouts had me thinking. That reminds me, where did you go the other day? The other day? What do you mean? You remember Ren, the pink-haired guy? Oh, lover boy. Yeah, him. After we had that conversation with Ren, I never saw you afterwards. Oh, let me think. I watch as she inclines her head to the side to think, and all too quickly she snaps her fingers and gives me an affirmative nod. Oh, that's right. Well, this is a bit embarrassing, but I ended up going home early. I must have accidentally bumped into something while cleaning the stockroom the other day, and before I knew it, one of the shelves came tumbling down on me. It wasn't until a little while later when Conan found me and pulled me out. You knocked over an entire shelf? Miss Creston! Knowing I was only teasing her, Eleanor sends me a sheepish smile and bows her head to hide her reddening cheeks. Never mind, he tried to murder her. But now that I think about it, the shelves in the stockroom had always seemed relatively stable to me. The coworker wasn't known for her strength, so it didn't make much sense for it to topple over that easily. But thankfully, Eleanor elaborates more, almost as if she could hear the gears in my head working overtime. Well, I suppose it was a tad bit odd. I mean, I've worked in this library for more than 5 years now, and not once have I heard so much as a creak from those shelves. It does seem strange, yeah. Well, I have no doubt Conan will be installing new storage shelves soon. Oh, speaking of, did you notice the new awnings outside the library? I suppose that sudden storm from yesterday had something to do with it. In fact, or maybe you heard it on the news already? I heard that all the rain... The conversation gets cut short as I watch Eleanor's attention drift behind me, towards the flashing red light above one of the shelves. Duty calls, I guess. Clean up on aisle... whatever. As soon as she stands, another kid pooped in the hall. I shoot her an appreciative smile, which she returns with an apologetic one of her own, meanders her way towards the aisle. Nice, I don't have to clean up the kid's poop. The things people do in public libraries. Now left to my own devices, I go back to sorting through the books and putting them into separate piles. I managed to get a solid 10 minutes to myself before the sudden sense of unease creeps up on me. It felt as though someone was watching me, so I take a curious sweep across the vicinity to try and locate the source. But nothing seemed out of the ordinary. People were studying, others were quietly typing away at computers, and I could even spot the back of Eleanor's head from her spot near the fantasy fiction aisle. Nothing was out of place yet, and that unnerving feeling of having eyes on the back of my head still lingered. In fact, now that I thought about it, it was eerily similar to the feeling I got when I was walking home a few days ago. Violet's words about someone breaking into my apartment echo in my mind before it all suddenly dawns upon me. The supposed person watching me could somehow be linked? No, definitely not. Shaking my head, I try to dismiss those unsettling thoughts before they start to develop into something more sinister. There was no one watching me, after all. There was hardly anything impressive about me to warrant a stalker in the first place. I was plain as they come, and if some asshole really did break into my house, they left empty-handed. That alone clearly proved that I don't own anything worth stealing, except maybe my limited edition Attack on Giant figurines. But even then, I remember thoroughly inspecting... Yeah, I took those out of the box. No value. Thoroughly inspecting my entire apartment once I got home. Nothing was out of place, nor looked like it had been touched. Everything was as I left it that morning. Yet still didn't explain why I was feeling this way. Fear and apprehension seemed to overwhelm my senses so much that my mind barely registers the sound of something rustling. I looked down to see what had been worrying the papers in my hands for the past few minutes. Have I been stressing out that badly? Jeez, I really let all this paranoia get the best of me. Shaking my head once more, I decided it's best not to let those thoughts fester and grow into something far bigger than it should be. Are you serious right now? Someone broke into your house, dude. Someone broke into your house and you don't know what they did inside, and you're just like, yeah, I guess I shouldn't care. Excuse me? I would have reported it to the cops, man. No one broke into my apartment, and no one was watching me right now. I was making a mountain out of a molehill, and nothing was gonna scare me. I am looking respectfully. Kiara? Ayo? Marry me, ma'am. Excuse me? Dude? Brothers? Chat, it's a good thing you're going for the guy. Okay, chat? Because I'm going after Kiara, apparently. Hello? Ah. Whoa. Instead of some creepy stalker dressed in all black, I was met with blonde hair and expensive-looking clothing. Was this the person I felt watching me? It was difficult to make out her words over the loud, rapid sounds of my heartbeat, so I tried my best to calm down before responding. Sorry, I didn't notice you come in. Ahem. Welcome to the Cortland Bay Library. Can I help you with anything? Hope I sounded professional enough, though I'm sure there was still a lingering sense of fear in my words and a facial expression to match. But it starts to dissipate as I take in the woman's appearance. Her green eyes seem oddly familiar to me, but what gives it all away is how the woman slightly inclines her head to the side as she looks at me with concern. Surely not. Was that... I don't suppose... Are you Kiara? Eleanor's told me all about you. In the flesh. Actually, I'm here to visit my darling sister, would you believe? Oh my god, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense, chat. Dude? Can you marry sisters? Can you marry two sisters? What's going on, dude? I'm down bad, chat. There was you and some other dude just 5 seconds ago was like, I can't wait for the horny anymore. Where's the sex scene, dude? That was my chat 5 seconds ago. All I said was, damn, she looks good, and chat's calling me horny. Man, that's fucked up, chat. That's fucked up. You got people in my chat freaking out because we haven't hit a sex scene yet in a visual novel, and I just said, damn, she looks good. She's done one. You're fucked up. Chat, you're fucked. But now you've piqued my interest. She shoots me a harmless wink and rests her hands atop the reception counter. Wow, even the clanging of her jewelry sounds expensive, and I can't help but look at her in awe. Tell me, what else has Nori said about me? Nori. How else will you respond? Okay, another save. She really, really admires you. She loves your taste in fashion. She wants her jacket back, and she finds you annoying. 1... I see 2 for 1. Any other votes? What the hell? Hey, Lucas, what's up? I see a couple of 1s. I see a 4. I see a 3. I see another 1. My vote's on... Okay, so that's another 1. That's another 1. I think we gotta choose 1. She really, really admires you. 3? Shy Kitsune with the 3? She wants her jacket back. No, 1 is winning. 1 is... It's clearly 1. Oh... Really? When did she say that? It would have been nice to hear it coming from her. Well, I'm sure you're well aware of how shy little Nori can be sometimes. Chat? As if summoning Eleanor herself, she emerges from somewhere behind me and joins us at the front desk. Kiara, what are you doing here? There she is. What? Am I not allowed to see my little sis? I'm at work right now. You could have texted me in advance. But I wanted to surprise you, and look, I come bearing gifts. Oh, God, they're so beautiful. Oh, she's got thicker thighs, dude. At that, Kiara places down a few bags branded with high-end prints and designer logos. Sorry, darling. If I knew I'd be meeting you here, I would have brought extra. But I'm sure there's something for you in one of the bags as well. Pick whatever Eleanor doesn't want. I genuinely wished I could be rich enough to say something like that. What? What? They just gave me free shit? The sisters seem fully engrossed in each other's presence, so I leave them alone so that they can have their moment to catch up. After all, I didn't know how long it had been since Eleanor and Kiara had seen each other, and the mountain of work in front of me wasn't going to get sort itself out in the meantime. But before I can silently slip away and sit back down, a tattooed arm boxes me in and commands my attention. Oh no. And for the second time today, the expensive smell of wealth and luxury floods my senses. Only this time, I knew the person it belonged to. There's only one man who has that many tattoos on his arms. Yup. Damn, who are they? Seemingly out of nowhere, Teo appears with that familiar smirk on his face and an unbothered droll in his tone. He's absolutely shameless with how his eyes take in both of the sisters' appearances before he's leaning more of his weight onto his arm and shooting me an expectant look. Don't even think about it, Teo. Trust me, you don't want to know what I'm thinking about right now. Given how he leans in even closer to my side with a sultry grin, I end up believing his words. After all, I wouldn't put it past Teo to think up multiple ways to cause a scene in his free time. Not jealous, are you? Why would you even... Whether or not it was my sudden outburst that captured their attention, Eleanor and Kiara finally seemed to notice us, and I thank my lucky stars for a chance to escape this conversation. Perhaps I could sneak off to the employees' lounge while everyone was busy talking. I'm sure you work here too. I've got a few things here that you could check out. Ugh. Despite my disgust at Teo's blatant flirting, Eleanor seems to be eating it up with a slight blush on her cheeks. No, Eleanor! Oh no, dude, you two cannot, man. This guy's gonna cheat on you. I will fight Teo, okay? Theodore. Oh, actually, I'm just visiting. I don't work here, but little Nori over here does. I'm sure she can help you out. Despite her friendly tone, Kiara seems to be passively shutting down Teo's attempts at flirting and redirecting it towards Eleanor instead. Yet Teo doesn't seem to be picking up on it, instead choosing to lean a little more against the counter so that his muscles flex under his form-fitted shirt and crosses his ankles. You're not from around here, are you? I'd remember a face like yours. The name's Theodore, by the way, but cuties like you can call me Teo. Charming. I'm Kiara. And no, I'm only in town for a few weeks. I'm visiting some relatives and finding some inspiration before I head back home. Inspiration, huh? I could show you around. Well, aren't you fun? What about my baby sister? Huh? But I'm older than you. Come on, live a little, Nori. You always tell me how you're holed up at work all the time. I suppose, but... Looks like you're in need of a bit of fun. I can help with that. Have either of you been to the aquarium yet? It opened recently. Oh my god, bro! Teo? He's playing for both of them right now. He ain't choosing between two. He is straight up picking both. The game said one or the other, and he said both. Not yet, but I'll have to give your offer a pass, I'm afraid. To be fair, he's already losing this one, so... Aquarium's not your style? You're not my style? Ouch. Despite the low blow to his ego, Teo didn't look the least bit offended. In fact, he seems to thrive off of it. But as if fate felt the urge to intervene, Kiara's phone suddenly goes off and startles everyone. Sorry, give me a sec, I need to take this call. She slips away before any of us can have the chance to respond, and without missing a beat, Teo immediately takes her previous spot beside Eleanor. And what about you? Me? Don't see anyone else around, princess. Oh, well, I mean, I think it'd be fun, but it's supposed it would be a bit awkward if it's just you and me. You heard her, doll. As if finally acknowledging my presence, Teo turns to me with an expecting look. I'm not gonna be your wingman. What the fuck? Why don't you tag along? I'll even see if Leon wants to join the fun. It'll be like a double date. At that, Eleanor visibly seems to relax a little bit. She's visibly relaxed. She's like, yay! I spare a quick glance in her direction, and I can pick up the barest hint of hope in her eyes. Wait, she wanted to go on a date with Teo? I don't know, Elle. Oh, what? Got better things to do? Look, I'll pay for everything. I can even pick you up as well if you want. Sound good? Not that I'd ever openly admit it to Teo, but his offer was finally starting to sound tempting. I mean, free food and a free outing? It's too good to refuse, however. How will you respond? I knew he liked it up the ass if it's Leon. What the? Nah, not Leon. Not me. Nah. I'm gonna peg his ass, dude. Chat, what do I pick? Fine, but only if Leon will be there. 4, no thanks. So you want the Australian guy? Date? 3 for the plot? Dude, I think 3, 4, no! No! I didn't think you, bro. I meant Teo, bro, not you. What the hell? What the hell? 4, absolutely. Wait, I actually think I need a poll for this. Let's get a poll. Let's start a poll. Because I can't tell. I can't tell what's winning right now. 4? Is it 4 or 3? I can't really tell. Get some votes. Sorry, YouTube. You gotta wait for these answers, man. It's chat's decision. If chat really wants to have a boyfriend or go on a double date. I'm seeing a lot of 3s in the votes. I see a couple 2s as well. Okay, but I think that means... Well, I'll wait a little bit longer. Why are you only looking at my weird messages? Because that's what you type, only. Bruh. Okay, I think it's 3. Okay, fine, but only if Leon will be there. Teo seems to roll his eyes at that, clearly used to me bringing up my childhood friend all the time. There we go. Knew you weren't gonna chicken out on us. Then it's settled. Leon and I will meet you both here tomorrow after work. What time do you finish? Around... There you are, chat. I didn't realize you were busy. Finally, it was as if someone had heard my prayers this time. Conan emerges from somewhere behind me. What was up with that today? And offers me an escape from the current conversation. Without missing a beat, I turn towards my savior and spare him a thankful glance. Make sure to silently apologize to Eleanor as well. Clearly uneasy with the thought of leaving her alone with Teo, but she seems all too happy with how she suddenly shoos me away with a hand behind her back. Sure, I can slip away for a moment. Did you need something? Just need an extra pair of hands to sort through some boxes. But if you're busy, I'll manage it by myself. It's fine. I could use a breather. Okay, so perhaps I didn't need to announce that so joyfully. Regardless, I turned back towards Eleanor and Teo to send them one final apologetic look before following after Conan. Nice. Apologies for this. I didn't mean to steal you from your friends. I mean, we're at work, so bro, you really don't have to say sorry. This happened to be sorting through all the books a coworker managed to knock over this morning and making sure they were all in the correct category before putting them back under the cart. It felt eerily similar to what I had been previously doing with Eleanor, only this time, there weren't any Teo-shaped annoyances to keep me company. Man, I swear, Conan had to be the only boss who'd be perfectly fine with their employees slacking off to talk with their friends instead. He hadn't said a word about Teo, and possibly Kiara too, depending on how long he'd been standing behind me. It seemed more than okay with us huddling around the reception desk. Deciding not to push my luck, I returned Conan's soft look with one of my own. It's fine, don't worry about it. I've been meaning to ask you something, actually. Has everything been going all right with you? Nothing shady has been happening lately? What do you mean? You haven't heard the news? There's been a few murders happening in the Bay Area recently. Well, I mean, if I was murdered, Conan, you wouldn't see me here. Admittedly, I have been worried for your safety as of late. You live by yourself, correct? Yeah, but my neighbors check in with me almost regularly. Now that I think about it, she's also been concerned for my safety. That's good. I'm glad. Listen, if something ever happens... Conan awkwardly glances over his shoulder before returning his gaze back to me. Nothing but sincerity stares back, and I found myself in a stunned silence. Here, it's my personal number. But due to the lack of clarification, I ended up sending him a confused look instead of thanking him. I know you've only recently moved back to Cortland Bay, but you've yet to put someone down as your emergency contact. I'm worried you won't have anyone to call in case something does happen. I want to make sure you're safe at all times. Oh, thank you, Conan. Of course. He gives my shoulder a gentle pat before resuming his original task. What a good guy. What the fuck? The conversation falls back into an easy, comfortable silence, and I pocket his number before pouring all of my focus towards the books laid out in front of me. Our characters has to be this nice. The rest of my shift passes by uneventfully, and at some point, Eleanor informs me that Kiara had to leave for a work-related matter and wouldn't be coming back for a few days. Still, it was really nice to finally meet Eleanor's sister. It was even kinder of her to gift me a fountain pen before she left. Nice. Or at least, I assumed it was Kiara. I found the expensive-looking box sitting on my desk once I returned, and I wasted no time in opening it up and examining the contents. The pen itself appeared to be from extremely high-quality materials, and the cursive C+R logo looked rather fancy underneath the light. I made a mental note to get something for Kiara as well, before pocketing the pen next to Conan's number, packing up my belongings for the day. But as I'm slipping out the library's back door, I notice a familiar broad backside, a patch of blonde hair, and a bright red Hawaiian shirt standing near the alleyway's entrance. As if sensing my presence, Leon turns around and greets me with one of his familiar warm smiles. G'day, doll. Been a while. Sends me a toothy grin before making space for me within the group. Eleanor greets me with a delicate wave, Teo moderately annoyed as usual. Teo was just introducing me to Eleanor and yarning on about this little outing he has planned. Hey, how come you never told me you'd never been to the aquarium before? Makes sense though. I reckon it was built a bit after you left the bay, right? So I doubt you had time to check it out. Pretty much. Most of my free time has been taken up with moving and unpacking boxes. Accent cracks you up. I can't do an accent, chat. So I'm just doing like my normal voice, and if there's an Australian word, I'll try to say it, like Australian spin, I'll try to do it, but it's not happening. Couldn't help but find myself agreeing with his words. It's crazy how Leon seemed to know me so well, even though we hadn't had the chance to speak to each other like this in a while. If he's your childhood friend, that makes sense. But I'm curious to see what it's like. What about you, Nori? I couldn't help but let Nori Kiara's nickname for her slip. Oh, yes, I'm the same. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I've never been to an aquarium before, so this should be fun. Well, here's hoping the weather will be more lenient tomorrow. It was pissing down buckets yesterday, wasn't it? Did you make it home all right, Sunfish? All of a sudden, that eerie feeling comes back, and I resist the urge to turn around and look back behind me. I only now notice that I've had my back to the dark alleyway this entire time. Chad? Sorry, what was that? You alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. I watch as Leon looks behind me before glancing at Teo and Eleanor for what seems like reassurance. No, it's nothing. I guess I've had a long day at work. Nah, I get it. Feeling tired? You should head on home then. We have not seen Ren in a while. I feel like he's stalking us though, for sure. Please, don't let us keep you longer than we should. Want me to drop you off? Car's out front. As much as I appreciated everyone's concern, I honestly wanted to be left alone right now to clear my head. Going on a walk would surely do me wonders. Besides, it was still somewhat bright out, and there were people around, so I had no reason to worry about my non-existent stalker. I also heard that some new merch arrived at the local manga store, which I had been meaning to check out, so that would surely help to get my mind off things. It was along my route home anyway. What harm could possibly come out of a quick detour? At that thought, I quickly placated everyone's concern before bidding my goodbyes and heading off alone down the street. It wasn't until I got far enough away from the library that the eerie feeling started to dissipate. Nice. Ren was definitely staring. Ren is staring. This is a manga shop? A manga shop? Sorry? I always say manga, dude. I don't know. I grew up saying manga. People I knew said manga. Manga. Ugh. Lame. A nostalgic smell of comic books and plastic greets me as I enter the all-too-familiar manga store, and I immediately beeline my way towards the anime aisle. I was set on collecting the last remaining accessories for my mini Attack on Giants display, and I wasn't about to let my paranoia get in the way of that. But as I was passing through a few of the aisles, I noticed a familiar shade of pink near the cashier. Is that Ren? Never mind, we found him. Haruko. Dude, 14? Final Fantasy 14 reference? Pog? Haruko's honestly super based if he's playing Final Fantasy 14. I didn't even notice his motorbike out front, if he even brought it. Up until now, I always assumed he walked everywhere. Even though he was wearing a mask and had his hair tied back, I could easily make out his large and lanky frame anywhere. Sneaking closer, I noticed how he appears to be in a hushed conversation with the manager about something confidential.
Wow.
If their closeness was anything to go by, before he places a thick manila envelope into her hands and leans back. But before I have the chance to make myself known, Ren is already turning on his heel and slipping behind the large racks filled with cosplays and gaming-themed apparel. Nice! I'm a hater. Yeah, he's got tattoos. He's got some neck tattoos and shit. His height does him no favors, though, as I watch his head peek out from the top as he bobs and weaves his way towards the side entrance. At that very moment, my phone decides to jump scare me by suddenly going off and startles me enough to temporarily forget about Ren. Letting out a string of curses, fuck, shit, up. I reach into my back pocket and pull it out, only to see Moth's name flash on the screen. With a grin, I accept the video call and hold the phone up to my face. Why do we keep our phone in our back pocket? That's a terrible fucking idea. That's bad. Don't do that, okay? I know for a lot of girls, your phone doesn't fit in your front pocket, but if you sit on your phone, well, one, you're sitting on your phone, so that's bad. Two, it's just bad for your back to sit on your phone. And three, way easier to steal. Way easier to steal. Motherfuckers, just don't. Only see Moth's name flash on the screen. With a grin, I accept the video call and hold the phone up to my face. Oh, hi. Hey, listen, now isn't really a good time to talk, but... Oh no, that's terrible. Get well soon. Or sorry for your loss. Or whatever. Anyways, listen. Guess who won an all-paid holiday trip overseas? Me. That's who. It's been a while since I last seen Moth's face, but they just appeared as boisterous as I remembered them. For free, too. I mean, okay, yeah, I still need to pay for food and stuff, but... Huh, hey, where are you? I'm in a manga store? Hold on, can we backtrack for a second? You got free tickets to where? Is that a Haruko figurine? Can you get it for me? Please, 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 please. Moth. I'll pay you back, promise. I'll pay for shipping, too. It's so cute. Look at his little outfit. Look at his tiny little jacket and tiny little shoes. With an eye roll, I reach behind me for the figurine, but not before picking up the accessories I originally came in here for. Slowly make my way towards the cash register. Once Moth's hoots and hollers calm down, I gently try to coax them back onto the original topic. Oh right, you asked where I'm going? Well, it's actually a surprise. Seriously. A good surprise though. Hey, you're still in Corla... For a brief moment, their screen starts to lag and a loading symbol pops up. Moth? Beck, I'll be in Omo that, okay? Well, the voice cuts in and out, giving an almost robotic effect before the screen eventually fades to black. With a heavy sigh, I end the call and shoot Moth a text to let them know that they got disconnected yet again. But as I absent-mindedly look out the window, I notice the blurry outline of Ren's figure sitting on a bench outside, busying himself with what looked like his phone. Next! The cashier's voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I quickly pay for my purchases, all while sparing not-so-secretive glances at Ren from beyond the shop window to make sure that he's still out there. It was strange, but I couldn't help but hope that I'd get a chance to catch up with him on my way out. I know it had been barely more than a day since I last saw him, but I still wanted to thank him for the date he took me on yesterday. The cashier pulls my attention away by handing me a bag and receipt, and I give them my thanks before making a beeline towards the exit. Zoom in! But just as the door swings open, I noticed that Ren had already left. He's no longer on the bench where I last saw him, and I couldn't spot him on either end of the street either. It was like he was never there in the first place. I almost find myself wondering if I had imagined the whole thing. Starting to see him everywhere anyway, and it was beginning to come across as creepy. But Cortland Bay isn't that big of a coastal town in retrospect, so I'm sure we were bound to run into each other again sooner or later. I mean, I literally met Ren at my own workplace because we shared a few common interests in books. His just so happened to be about native flora. That kind of stuff wasn't something either of us could control, and I was most likely looking too deep into it still. It felt strange all the same. It's not that weird that you he was at the library, bruh. And now you're at a bookstore, and you both like anime. There's probably only one comic book shop in the entire city, man. Like, come on, how many comic book shops do you have? Oh, well, there was no use dwelling over it. I still had Ren's number saved in my contacts anyway, so I could always shoot him a text or even a call if I really started to miss him. Apparently not, because Chat's already going on a double date with someone else. It was beginning to get dark once I arrived back at my apartment complex, so I quickly ushered my way up the staircase and onto my floor. But as I'm making the long trek up the stairs, I bump into someone lingering around the corner and almost end up tumbling down. Whoa! Oh my god, you're alive! Wait, no! You're a different bitch. Hey, watch it! Glancing up, I noticed that it's the cashier from yesterday who was glaring daggers at me while I tried to steady myself with the railing. That was Olivia, wasn't it? She makes no effort to help me, though she does move to the side in order to give me space at the top of the stairs. It's then when I take notice of the ginormous basket of laundry in her arms. It makes me wonder if she was actually going to carry it all the way down to the laundromat by herself. Clearly, she was stronger than she looked. Sorry, I didn't mean to... Olivia cuts herself off once the severity of the situation finally sinks in, before she sucks in her cheeks and lets out an exasperated chuckle. Seriously, what could she possibly find so funny about this situation? Of all places, a staircase? Really? Your boyfriend sure has a fucked up sense of humor. What? What? No, it's nothing. Look, I didn't mean to knock you down the staircase like that. I've got a lot on my mind lately, and I wasn't looking where I was going. Hey, it happens. Most certainly didn't. But Olivia seemed to be having a rough day, so I wasn't going to make things worse by being rude to her. She already looked on edge for some reason, especially with how she kept sneaking glances over both her shoulders. It's almost like she was looking for something, and I would have asked her about it if she didn't beat me to it. So, where's that boyfriend of yours anyway? Not looking around the corner like a creepy psychopath, is he? What? Who? Seriously, your boyfriend? The guy you visited the souvenir shop with the other day? Oh, Ren, he's not my boyfriend, we're just... How will you respond? It's gonna be really rude if you guys vote on, actually, he is my boyfriend, but then we're going on a double date with someone else. I feel like once you've labeled it, you probably shouldn't be dating anyone else. I see 2 3s. I see 2 3s, a 2 and a 4. 2 4. I see 3 3s. 2 2s. I see a lot of 3s. I see a lot of 3s. I think we're going with he's just a friend. He's just a friend. I've never seen that man in my life. That one's pretty funny, honestly. Did we save? Okay, yeah. He's just a friend. For real? Friends don't look at each other that way. What? Are you seriously that dense? Whatever. I'm not even sure why I'm having this conversation with you. Forget it. I'm in a rush, so please move. Clearly done with the conversation, Olivia sidesteps me and starts making her way down the stairwell, but she only manages to get a few feet away before she turns around once more. Resting her laundry basket on a hip, she looks at me with an unreadable look. You live on this floor as well? Then it looks like we're going to be seeing each other more often. But just some neighborly advice, if you plan on bringing Ren around, keep it down. I'm not afraid to file a noise complaint. That's a little fucking rude. And with that, she disappears around the corner. What was that all about? She doesn't want to hear you raw dogging, bro. Chat? What the hell? Shut the hell up. Deciding it wasn't worth my time to mull it all over, I slowly make my way towards my apartment. Yeah, chat. Stop moaning so loud. Call the cops on your ass. Not bothering to turn on the light, I toss my keys into the tray, shrug off my jacket, and unceremoniously drop myself onto the couch. Today had been a whirlwind of events and emotions, and the worst part was that it still hadn't ended yet. I still had an hour or so before I considered any dinner plans, so I figured I might as well spend that evening winding down in the meantime. All too quickly, an idea pops into my head, and I reach over to grab my phone. How will you respond? Chat, how will we respond? What are we gonna do, chat? Vote 1 or 2. Sorry, I'm actually getting up just to put on like a hoodie or something because it's kind of chilly, chat. I'm kind of cold, chat. Where my fellas at? I will be back in just a second, chat. I gotta put on a hoodie. Got my hoodie with a bunch of mushrooms on. Ooh, comfy. Okay. Start. Okay, let me look again. I'm seeing a lot of ones. I'm seeing a lot of ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. Let's invite someone over, I guess. Who are we inviting over? I guess it's gonna ask. Yo, Logan, what's up? Figuring it'd be best to catch up with someone instead of stewing in my apartment alone, I pull up my contacts list and idly scroll through it. Conan's number immediately captures my attention. Being the newest addition to my contacts and sitting near the top of the list, before my curiosity begins to stray once more. Without so much as hesitating, I tap on that person's number and bring the phone close to my ear. Who did you call? Ren. Wait, actually Conan? Wait, Conan? So, Music Girl 2023 says Conan, man. Call Conan. Called it Conan. Violet? I mean, Violet's pretty cool. Someone else. We are not calling someone else. I'm not calling Teo. My internet stopped working. I'll cry. Violet, Conan, Ren, Violet, Eleanor, Conan, Violet, anyone but Ren. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'm making a poll, chat. I guess I'm making a poll. Another what do poll. 4, 5. 4, 5. This 6. Well, okay. Okay. Well, 6 is fucked. Sorry. I can't do 6. If you want 6, just type 6. Vote in the poll. You got a minute, chat. You got 1 minute. Who are these characters? Just vote, Logan. Come on, Corvid. Just vote, dude. Come on. Don't vote 1. Anything but 1. Chat, come on. Vote. Make your votes, chat. I will pick it. Because right now, Ren is winning, by the way. Ren is winning. I kind of want to do Conan, because we never talked to Conan. But that would be playing with like 5 guys at the same time. Chat, you disgust me. Chat, you're gonna pick Ren? He's glitched out. He's all fucked up here, dude. Okay, Ren has won, so I guess we're picking Ren. We saved, right? Oh, we didn't save. It's a good thing we're all saved now. Yeah, okay. Ren it is. Odd. I don't remember scrolling all the way down to view his contact details. Nevertheless, I find myself tapping on Ren's name and bringing the phone close to my ear. He picks up almost immediately, and I can practically feel the excitement and mauve flowers expel from the screen and hit me in the face. Slap! Before I know it, Ren is agreeing to come over as soon as he can, so I quickly turn the lights back on and clean the place up a bit and anticipate his arrival. Wait a second, what? Wait, what? Barely 10 minutes pass before I hear a loud knocking at my front door. Almost immediately, I leap to my feet and unlock it with a smile. Ren, hey, come on in. I see you're still wearing my hoodie. I also brought some takeout with me, if that's okay. I figured you hadn't had a chance to eat yet. Whoa, how'd you know? It's like you can read minds or something. Heart. Smiley face. Barely registering the look on his face, I gently coax Ren into my living room. He makes himself at home on my couch, and I bring a few utensils from my kitchen for the food he so kindly brought. Oh, by the way, were you at the Manga store earlier today? I thought I saw you there. Yeah, I know you did. I mean, because I saw you as well. Because I saw you as well after I left. I noticed you through the window. Well, that seemed to confirm my thoughts about Ren sitting outside the store. Stabbing my fork into the food, I take a bite and let out a pleased hum from all the delicious flavors dancing on my tongue. Really, you should have said hi. I thought about it, but You seem really focused on something. And then you got a call, so... yeah, that was my friend Moth. Oh, that reminds me, Ren. At that, his full attention is immediately on me. Take out long forgotten as the taller male moves in his seat to face me. You like Attack on Giants too, don't you? I mean, your hair and outfit, it was inspired by Haruko, right? What did they do to my boy, Eren Yeager, if this is what he looks like in the knockoff? This really is Walmart Eren Yeager. I know it must have been coming on a bit strong, but Ren and I have been getting to know each other a bit better over these past few days. And somehow, I knew he wouldn't freak out as much if he knew about my more nerdy side. Sparing a glance at Ren, he seems to be handling it well enough, if the interested yet curious look on his face was anything to go by. In fact, Ren seems almost on the edge of his seat with how he intently staring at me. He must really be interested in Haruko as well to garner this sort of reaction. In some way, it's comforting to know we shared a few more similar interests. Haruko is actually one of my favorite characters at the moment. He has been for a while now, actually. Oh, but that's not the point. The point is, Moth loves Haruko too. I could introduce you guys. They're a die-hard fan of the anime, and I'm sure they... Oh, Moth is the one who's interested? Almost shyly, he turned his head away and meekly scratches at his jaw. That's fucked. I don't mind, but... I wasn't expecting Ren to be so hesitant, and I suddenly felt bad for springing this all onto him without considering how he might feel as well. Hey, no need to force yourself if you don't want to. That's okay. I just thought it'd be nice to let them have someone else to talk to, you know? Moth has trouble making friends, and most of the time, they're only talking to me. Yeah, that's too bad. Sends me a sad look coupled with a frown before turning to the plate before him. Although I was thinking about Moth, I really didn't want to force Ren into befriending someone if he didn't want to. Besides, maybe he has trouble forming friendships too? Probably. Guy's a nerd. It was a little difficult trying to keep up with his sudden personality shifts, but at this point in our friendship, I was starting to get used to it. Deciding to lift the mood a little, I tried to change the subject to something more lighthearted. So, apparently this place has rats. Really, chat? That was the first thing you could think of? How was that any less awkward than what we were currently? Actually, I didn't want to say anything, but I think I saw one on the way up here. It probably made itself a home in that busted elevator shaft. Seriously? Wait, do you think you'd come with me and explain to my landlord? I swear Your landlord isn't doing anything about it? No! I collapsed onto the sofa with a dramatic sigh. I honestly don't know what they're doing, if I'm being honest. I've sent so many complaints, but haven't received a reply for any of them. Really? Have you considered just moving? Quite a few times, actually, but how will you respond? I feel like all of these are all kind of the same thing. My neighbor is friendly. Kill Ren. I don't think we're gonna kill Ren. I don't think that's happening. You think he was just say my neighbor is friendly? He's gonna ask. I think these are all the same answer, by the way. So I'm just gonna say my neighbor is friendly, because that's what's keeping me here, Violet. Well, everything was a little overwhelming in the beginning, but my neighbor was nothing but kind to me when I first moved in, and she always has the best afternoon snacks. I see. Then it's not so bad here after all, right? I mean, as long as there's no creep trying to break in and steal all your laundry or something. You got a point there. I think I'd take the rats over a laundry stealing intruder any day, but now that I think about it, who would want to break in just to steal dirty clothes? Well, I'm sure Ren only meant it as a joke. It was oddly specific. I just figured that's what normal creep behavior would be. You have a great sense of fashion, and I see your TV is still here, so... Yeah, I guess it would be difficult to lug that down a staircase. They probably should have asked the rats for help. Again with the rats. I couldn't help but let out a laugh at his corny inside joke. Wait, since when did we have our own inside jokes? Now that I really thought about it, the banter I shared with Ren seemed very easygoing as of late, despite how serious the topics were supposed to be. He's really creepy. I'd been worrying all day about the supposed stalker, yet here I was casually brushing it off as a carefree joke. Still, is everything alright in your neighborhood? I've heard about the murders going on recently. Well, no one I know has gone missing, so I suppose that's good, right? I won't lie though, it is kind of scary knowing that there's a killer out there. Yeah, I suppose so. But are you really okay with staying here alone? Doesn't that scare you? I'm sure I'll be fine. I've got my neighbor, Violent, and if it's really necessary, I'm sure I could stay with Leon for a while and... Say, you could always stay with me instead. I mean, you've already stayed the night at my place, so it wouldn't be a bother if you wanted to come over again. I'd honestly sleep better at night knowing you're safe. And I always carry a spare key with me anyway. If you'd like, you can hold on to it in case something... I appreciate the offer, Ren, but I can't accept that. It's fine. Besides, you said yourself that living here can get overwhelming. If this can help you in any way, I don't know. Keep it, just in case. I mean, you never know. What if that creep breaks into your apartment again? If that happens, you'd be safer at my place. The lobby is full of security, and they won't let anyone upstairs without proper clearance. Plus, I don't have rats. I won't lie. Ren's offer honestly was tempting.
I was crazy once they put me in a room.
Oh no.
A rubber room with rats.
Oh no.
The rats made me crazy.
No.
Crazy?
Penguin, please.
I was crazy once they put me in a room.
No.
A rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy.
I won't lie. Ren's offer honestly was tempting. The idea of having somewhere to go in case things got bad was a comforting thought, but something just didn't sit right with me. I know I've been spending a lot of time with Ren recently, but I still wasn't that familiar with him. And sure, maybe I did invite a total stranger over to my place on a whim, but I wasn't going to be swayed just because I felt indebted to Ren. Still, the offer really was tempting, and it really wasn't like he was asking me to move in with him or anything. Now that I thought about it, Ren was the one giving me access to his home. It wasn't like I was the one in danger here. He was trusting me enough not to be some kind of crazed killer, much like the one on the news. Can't help but crack a small smile at the somewhat morbid thought, and Ren seems to take it as a positive sign. But before I can dwell on it any further, I watch as he leans over to reach into his back pocket and pulls out something that resembled a plastic card. Ren wastes no time handing it to me, and I take a moment to look it over. His address and unit number are neatly printed at the top, and some kind of obscure barcode is on the bottom. However, the apartment name and logo in the top right corner are what really captures my attention. Sunshine Hills? I almost forgot that he lived in the nicer parts of Cortland Bay. They were known for their high-rise apartments and fancy penthouses, so I'm sure Ren never had to worry about rat infestations or deadbeat landlords. Though, the more I think about it, the more willing I was to accept his offer. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea after all? Couldn't help but wonder what kind of programmer could afford fancy marble flooring, but as always, Ren remained a mystery to me. If this opportunity meant getting to know him better, maybe it'd be worth it. Snapping out of my thoughts, I look up from the glossy plastic and focus my attention back to Ren. Seriously though, it wouldn't hurt to keep it. And it's a spare keycard anyway. I can always get one more. I already have a stack of them at home. What? They're real handy too. I can use them to lock up my office and bedroom without a physical key. But I always end up misplacing them all and... Sorry, chat, am I rambling again? Well, I don't want you to worry or anything. And you never know what might happen. I've seen what's been on the news lately, and I just want you to be safe. He wants me to be safe? Where have I heard that before? Well, I suppose so. Great, then. He glances back at the plastic item in my hands with an expectant look, almost as if he were waiting for me to put it away. When I carefully shove it in my pocket, Ren seems to visibly relax and lean back into his chair once more. Then that settles it. Come by whenever you want. You don't even need to call. Thanks. I think I'll still call him in advance, or even shoot a text. As lovely as Ren's welcoming hospitality was, I didn't want to disrupt or intrude on anything. As if picking up my son in silence, he clears his throat, gestures towards the food on the table, and scoops up a giant forkful. Anyways, we should finish this before it gets cold. Oh, yeah, you're right. Deciding to ease the tension once more, I speak the first thing that comes to my mind as I stab my fork into the container as well. How will you respond? Dude, this is going on for a while. This is like the longest demo I've ever played, dude, I think. You guys debating if Ren is crazy? Because he is. Enjoying the food? Can you pass the sauce? You've got some crumbs on your face. You look like a hamster. Yeah, I see some 4s. I'm gonna go with 4. You look like a hamster. Well, it was true. With how Ren was stuffing food into his mouth, he almost looked like similar to a fluffy pink hamster. Almost immediately after hearing my words, his cheeks flush a deep red as he chokes down his food. Hamster! Usually I get a fox or puppy. I'm not mad though. Now that I think about it, you kind of look like a chipmunk. With an eye roll, I playfully shove Ren's arm and pretend like I didn't agree with his words. Yeah, it didn't matter. Choke on it! Casual banter continues throughout dinner, and soon enough, all the containers were empty, and our stomachs were full. I dimmed the lights and switched the TV on at some point to fill the silence between our conversations. Soon enough, Ren and I find ourselves taking an interest in a movie that was currently playing. It was some unknown, sappy rom-com that came out almost a decade ago, yet Ren didn't seem to mind all that much. Adam Sandler flick. I wasn't following the plot too keenly, but from what I could gather, the male lead just confessed his love for the main character in the back of their truck. To top it all off, it started raining as some slow melodic love song came on the radio. Two characters were all too happy to share a sweet kiss with each other in that romantic moment, but the tenderness soon gets cut short once the scene starts to travel down a more heated path. Kisses become more passionate. Before I know it, I'm watching the main character lean across the center console to sit in their lover's lap instead. Clearly, I wasn't expecting this to happen when I falsely believed was a harmless rom-com, so I dared to glance in Ren's direction to gauge his reaction. Yet aside from the faint dusting of pink on his cheeks, the rest of him seems all too relaxed. There's an arm casually thrown over the back of the couch, while the rest of his body is slouched into the plushness of the seat. His lanky limbs are stretched out in front of him, while his thighs are spread out slightly, and the empty space between his legs was beginning to look inviting for some reason. Chat? Chat? What the fuck? Chat? Was it because of the movie? Before I can stop myself, I find my mind wandering? Chat, you're to keep watching the movie or change the channel, chat? What am I doing? 1 or 2? What are we doing, chat? What are we doing, chat? You're the one pressing the buttons. This is just the story. This is for you, chat. You decided. I see a lot of 1s and just a couple of 2s. Maybe it's 3 and 3, actually. Actually, yeah. It's 3 and 3. Chat, what do you want? You want me to keep watching the movie and sit in his lap? Keep watching the awkward sex scene or turn it off? You're so down bad. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna press 1. We're gonna keep watching the movie. What was I thinking? This movie was clearly messing with my head. Subtly, I slapped my cheeks and focused my attention back to the TV screen. But every so often, my gaze flickers back to Ren to see if he was feeling just as awkward as I was throughout the scene. It seems I was right. It's almost painful watching him awkwardly clear his throat a few times until his interest ultimately shifts towards my walls instead. I also feel the urge to look away once the couple starts to get even more handsy with each other. When it starts to become too much to bear, I impulsively change the channel. Oh, never mind, we still changed it. A monotone voice droning on about the weather fills the silence, and I feel the couch move as Ren shifts in his seat. That was, yeah. They were really going at it, huh? Mm-hmm. Haha. Jeez, I can't believe it's somehow even more awkward now. But just as I'm about to do something about it, Ren awkwardly clears his throat and moves to stand up. It's getting a bit late now, isn't it? I should probably start heading home soon. Oh, are you sure? You can stay a bit longer. No, I really should go. Now that I think about it, you need to wake up early, don't you? He's bricked up right now. He's bricked the fuck up right now. He's so goddamn hard, he needs to leave. He needs to get that out of his system. Yeah, actually, but how did you know that? Oh, you seem like the early bird type. He doesn't seem to elaborate on that. Instead, starts to pack up his belongings and head towards the hallway. Deciding that was that, I walked Ren towards the front door with a soft smile on my face. Today had been a lot of fun thanks to him. I was able to keep my mind off of the events that would ultimately transpire tomorrow. I was still unsure about Teo's intentions, but being with Ren helped me to understand that maybe it was wrong of me to judge others so quickly. At first, I thought Ren was just some shy guy with a stuttering problem, but over the course of a few days I've learned that there's more to him than just that. Yeah, he's a living person. And there's something dark going on. He had his moment of confidence, and it was endearing watching him stand up for the things that he wanted. Perhaps I was a bit too harsh on Teo. Even he deserved a chance to redeem himself. No, he doesn't. He's a cheater. Cheaters don't deserve that. Suppose I'll give him a chance tomorrow. Chat? Sorry? Crap, I really need to stop spacing out like that. I asked if you wanted me to lock the door for you. It suddenly hit me with like a ton of bricks. I was still standing in the hallway while Ren was already waiting for me at the door, so I quickly rushed over to him with a flushed expression. Sorry, I was just busy thinking. I can lock it. Thanks, though. Haha, you do that a lot. It's cute. I almost roll my eyes at my words as I lean against the front door and watch Ren awkwardly shuffle on my doormat. Thanks for today, and sorry for taking up so much of your time. Not at all. Thanks for coming over. Get home safe, okay? Keep yourself safe. Ren's eyes seemed to light up the moment I voiced my concern over him. Yeah, okay. I will. You too, or, I mean, you're already at home, so go to bed safe, or sleep safe? Sleep well? Keep yourself safe? KYS. Yeah, do that. What am I? Can't help but chuckle at his panicked state, and Ren seems to settle once he hears my laughter. Good night, Ren. Good night, chat. I'll see you tomorrow. The sound of the door shutting drowns out the ending of his sentence. Once I had nothing else left to do for the night, I got changed into some comfy pajamas and brushed my teeth before settling into bed. The newest chapter for Always With You was going to drop in a few hours, and I figured I might as well stay up and read it before going to sleep. My eyes were starting to get droopy, and all my mind could think about was the double date I had planned with Leon, Teo, and Eleanor tomorrow. Man, I sure hope everything will be fine. But I knew worrying about it wasn't going to do me any favors, so I let my pent-out stress out on my pillow by smacking it to make it less lumpy. Punch, punch. Though the moment I unceremoniously flopped back down, I noticed the cold draft, and the fact that my bedroom window was left wide open. Strange. I don't remember opening it earlier. Oh no. Oh no, call Conan right now! With a groan, I get up from my bed and go to close it. But once I lock it shut, something moves from within the shadows and startles me. Are we gonna die? Squinting, I can barely make out the black mass moving through the gaps in the fire escape balcony. What was that? A person? Certainly wouldn't be strange for someone to take a cigarette break at this hour, but I couldn't smell any telltale signs of smoke. Maybe it was my landlord's cat out for a leisurely midnight stroll? That idea seemed more realistic in my mind. Yet despite my futile attempts at calming myself down, I still somehow found the willpower to go back to bed, rather than opening the window once more and taking another curious peek outside. I didn't have a death wish, nor did I have the stupidity of those cliche horror film characters. But before I turned away, I double-checked to make sure that the window was locked shut and the blinds are fully closed. I wasn't about to risk it. Happy with the precautions put in place, I make a hasty dive towards the warmth and safety of my bed. Snuggled deep within the blankets, I find it harder and harder to think about someone breaking in, even more so with keeping my eyes open. Before I knew it, pink-colored sheep slowly filled my mind as I drifted away. Ah, nice. Okay, end of day 3 demo. Thank you so much for playing. Have you tried getting all the different endings yet? If you're looking for more 14 DWY content, check out the Discord or Tumblr. No, I have not actually. So I guess now we'll do all the random choices and stuff throughout the days. God, dude. Okay, let's go back to choice number 1. I don't know. We're gonna be doing some skipping. Oh god, this is gonna be so much. I can see you. Ah! Cleaning up the blood. Cleaning up the blood. I don't know. Say thank you. Okay, it's the same. What if I say his hair is short now? What happens? If I say so he changes. Does that mean he has access to my conversation with Haruka? What if I say his hair is short now? He cut it short? Let's hold a funeral. Heart. Rest and rip to his luscious pink locks. Gone but not forgotten. Okay, change the subject. Let's wear something professional today. Press my colleague's face, but sometimes it's best to just wear something appropriate for my job. Tugging at the ironed-out collar of my blazer, I give myself a small spin in the mirror to make sure that everything was in the right place. But enough of that. I can check myself out another time. Okay. It's nice to see you again. Let's just pick some random options. Yeah, it's nice to see you too. I'd usually still be at the flower shop at this time, so it's nice to finally be able to catch up with you at like this, especially when our schedules align. Speaking of, you should stop by my place the next time you're free. I'd love to introduce you to this little guy's family. Oh, I almost forgot. I didn't even ask, but where were you going to tell me you were seeing someone? Okay, this is the same. Okay. Some options don't matter, obviously. No, skip. Oh, yep, his hair's short. Okay, well. Alright, that's awkward. That's awkward. Okay, well. I guess that means he has access to me and Mott's promise to keep the spice? What do you mean spice? All I'm saying is this guy just is reading my text messages. Not gonna lie. Keep talking to him, stare back at him, politely excuse yourself, and leave. Ren is ugly. Damn. Damn. Politely excuse yourself and leave. Keep talking to him. Sure. No, we can't keep the spice. That's impossible. So, do you come here often? Seriously, chat? That was the best you could come up with? Damn it. Now he probably thinks I'm the weird one. Yes, actually. I like visiting whenever I have some free time. Although I usually end up coming here just to hide away in a corner somewhere and look at you. Your book collection. What the fuck? You have a lot of interesting books here. Lots and lots of books. Yeah, I mean, it is a library after all. But sure, whatever you say, mister. Actually, now that I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. Call me Redacted. What? It's like he said something, but his voice was delayed. Was that even his voice? Okay, that's the same. Okay, skip. Well, chat, let's invite him over today. Let's see what happens. Actually, you know what? Would you mind coming over and staying the night? I feel a bit safer knowing someone else was around. Oh, you actually want me to come over? I mean, yeah. Yeah, sure. Definitely. Seems a bit too eager for this. If it's not too much trouble, I get... Where are they? Chat? Ah, there you are. Someone at the front desk. Okay, this is the same. Conan, Angel. Angel? Wait for you after work, but if you change your mind about our deal, just keep walking. I'll take the hint, don't worry. Oh, that stuttering guy from Isle Lane. I can't help but crack a smile at the name Ren chose for himself. Okay. Okay, it's looking a little different this time, chat. True to his word, I caught a glimpse of Ren patiently waiting for me on one of the benches as I pack up for the day and leave the library. From afar, he looked like an oversized puppy waiting for his owner to return from work, and admittedly, I found it rather cute. Especially with how his figurative tail started to wag upon my arrival. He really is a goddamn dog. The goddamn golden retriever guy. Ren seems all too happy to see me. Before I could call him out on it, he offers me a bottle of water that I assumed he bought from one of the convenience stores down the street. You worked hard today. Now you can finally rest, huh? He's looking down at me with a glimmer of expectancy in his eyes, so I hesitantly take the bottled water from his grasp and give him an affirmative nod from my head. You do not take water from strangers. Like, you just do not. Thanks. Thanks. No problem. Unless it's like a can that you physically have to open yourself, like you have to crack open, never take like anything. Did you want to head off now, or do you want to rest for a bit? I mean, you were standing a lot today. Seems almost lost in his thoughts now, and I wonder how he knew what I'd been doing all day. After all, I figured he would have left after he found that book, but maybe he stayed a bit longer to read it? Oh no, I'm fine, but do you think we can make a quick detour on the way? I still need to... Chat! Heyo! Hey, I could recognize those boisterous voices anywhere. First one, okay. This is a little different. Oh, and who's this? This is Ren. We actually met at work today. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to tell Leon, the human personification of overprotective, that I had just met the man today. What would he think if he found out I was bringing home a complete stranger? Yeah, what would he think if you were bringing home a complete stranger? Yo, good night, Chad? Hey, good night. We're just about to get to the horny part. He, usually rents out my recommended books at the library. Anyways. Leon, Jay, this is Ren. Ren, this is Leon and Jay. Unfortunately, these guys are my friends. It's truly unfortunate to know a handsome bloke such as yourself, such as myself. Leon dramatically clutches the spot above his heart as he leans further into Jay's shoulder. So you're Ren. Are you new here? I like to think I know everyone here in the Bay, but it seems like you've proven me wrong. Yeah, I recently moved here a couple of months ago. Oh, same as Chat? I'm pretty sure they moved back here like, what, 2 months ago, right? Leon looks at me for confirmation, and I meekly nod my head. Strange how I've only been here for 2 months, yet I've yet to find enough time to catch up with all my friends. Oh, haha, what a coincidence. Anyways, talking about moving is boring. Do you want to come hang with us? Barely knows the way Ren gets shoved to the side by Jay, intentional or not, nor could I make out the scowl on his face as soon as the excitable man leans a little too close to my personal bubble. We're just about to head over to the club shoreline. Do you want to come? I'm sure Leon wouldn't mind paying for you as well. Okay, this is the same. Sorry guys, I've actually made plans. And do these plans have anything to do with this lanky fellow? My name is Ren. Actually, yeah, I promised I'd hang out with him today. Aw, he can come clubbing with us too. The more the merrier. I'd rather not. Sorry, maybe another time. I'm kind of drained from work anyways, so... Hey, no worries, doll. Just make sure you take it easy when you get back home, yeah? Shoots me a considerate smile before throwing an arm over Jay's shoulder. Well then, if you'll excuse us, I gotta find a way to get this knucklehead to cover his own entry fees. We can all catch up another time, okay? If you need help with anything, just give me a ring, yeah? I'll watch my phone like a hawk tonight. It was nice catching up with you again, Dar. Nice meeting you too, Ron. Ron. Damn, dude. Fuck. Just got disrespected. Start a fight. Do the guy thing. Start a fight. You disrespected me in front of my woman? Dude, you don't know how many dudes I know that do that, by the way. Oh my god, dude. They're terrible. Idiots. As they leave, I notice the way Leon looks Ren up and down, almost as if he was sizing him up. But Jay, like always, ignores the mood and thumps Leon in the back to encourage him to walk faster. Watch as they both throw a carefree wave over their shoulders as they both head off in the direction of the nightclub a few blocks down the street. So, that wasn't awkward at all. He's all salty. I turn to look at Ren, but his eyes seem to be fixated on the two retreating figures. He doesn't seem to snap out of it, so I gently call out his name again. Oh, sorry, do you wanna head back home now? In the end, we made a quick detour to the local locksmith before heading back to my apartment. So, this is my place. You'll have to excuse the mess. I wasn't expecting to have anyone over. Hey, don't worry about it. I know you're not a messy person. I mean, from what I can tell, you don't really seem like the type. Yeah, well, I hope you can still keep that image of me after you see the state of my place. His soft laughter echoes down the hallway and almost drowns out the sound of my neighbor opening her door, and he's definitely seen the inside of my place. Look at that face, he's pissed. Oh. Violet almost seems embarrassed as she jumps behind her door, clearly not expecting someone to be around at this time. But she brushes it off with a soft smile and steps outside. Hello again, chat. We seem to be bumping into each other a lot today, huh? Oh, who's this? How do I explain to my neighbor that Ren wasn't some guy I just met at work today? Certainly she'd chew me out for bringing home a complete stranger, but still. Didn't exactly seem like the type to murder me in my sleep. In fact, he seemed more like the type of guy to ask me to return his order because he asked for no pickles or something. Can you go tell the server I asked for no pickles? Damn. I'm Ren. Immediately, his large frame blocks my view as he steps in front of my neighbor and me, almost as if he wants to put as much distance as possible between us. It's because he knows I like Violet. It's because he knows that Violet's the one. One of his hands shoot out from inside his pocket and he gruffly offers it to Violet for her to shake. Concerned about his abrupt actions, I sidestep him and look up to gauge his expression. I'm a friend of Chat's. I see. I haven't seen you around before, though. Are you new to the area? Relax, Vi. He's not a serial killer or anything. At least, I sure hope he wasn't. Why did I feel the sudden urge to defend him? It wasn't like I could confidently say that he was some holy being that flew down from heaven or something. Maybe he was the one who needed to be called Angel instead. Ah, well, didn't really matter. Really, Ren offered to stay at my place for the night in case that creep decides to come back. Oh, well, I mean, he certainly has the height for it. I get that a lot. But don't worry, they're safe in my hands. Well, alright then, a friend of Chat is a friend of mine. But I have my eye on you, Mr. Totally not a serial killer. She whispers the next part to Ren under her breath. but clearly had the intention of letting me hear it as well. Just remember that I know what you look like now, so don't complain if you see your face plastered all over a milk carton soon enough. That's for if you go missing. Well, alrighty then. Enjoy your night. No funny business, you two. I'm off for my walk now. Toodles. And then I'm gonna go MMO gaming rating. If she's a Yandere, I will take it. A Yandere. I will take her. She can be mine. Ignore her, please. Alright. Okay, but I gotta ask, was she holding a potted plant or on a walk? Yes, she was. Yep, she does that. She's kind of a freak. Dropping my keys into the bowl, I shrug out of my coat and drape it over one of the chairs near the entrance. Well, make yourself at home. Turning to Ren, I watch as he awkwardly shuffles about in the hallway, almost uncertain if he should come inside or not. He moves to take off his shoes, and I watch in awe as he neatly stacks them next to the umbrella's rack. Oh, are you the type to leave your shoes on at home? Sorry, I'll... No, you're fine. God, he really was adorable, but now that he was here, I wasn't quite sure what to do next. Usually I'd pop on a TV show or some anime while I'd chow down on some takeaway food, or even just talk with Moth until some unreasonable hour in the morning. But now that I had company over, I wasn't quite sure what to do. Didn't even know what Ren liked to do in his free time. Turning to face the pink-haired man once more, I almost jumped back in fright. Clearly, I wasn't expecting him to get so close to me while I was lost in thought. I could almost feel the heat radiating from his large frame and feel the small puffs of air leave his nostrils as he shyly leans down to look at me. Oh, so... breathe, chat. Breathe. Later, dude. Was there anything you wanted to do, or... because I usually just... Damn it. It's hard to think straight when he was staying so close to me and wafting a stupidly strong scent of mint and fresh linen in my direction. Why was I even so attentive to the way Ren smelled? Wow, I'm beginning to sound like a creep. Not a creep, I promise. Nah. Well, chat's a creep, though. Nah, I really don't have anything I need to do. You can just go about your normal routine if you want. I'll try not to get in your way. Or you can just put me in a corner somewhere and pretend I'm not there. Whatever works for you. No offense, but you could take up much more room than you think. So I think that would not work. Haha, touche. Once again, I found myself being drawn in by his soft laughter. Couldn't help but chuckle along with him. Was it always this easy talking to him? Was it like we were childhood friends, reminiscing about old times or something? Except the only one making it awkward now was me. Glancing back at Ren, I notice how he's still looking at me with those expectant eyes of his as he looms over me in the entryway. He obviously didn't want to do something I'd be uncomfortable with. He couldn't really suggest anything since this wasn't his home, so I guess the choice was up to me after all. How will you respond? Get away! Ask him to leave already? Really? It's just getting ready for bed? Already? Make a late night snack? Let's just watch some TV. Well then, I usually just watch TV while I get ready for bed. Do you want to watch something to pass the time? Sounds great to me. Send him away. I already have that ending. Once we were both seated and comfortable on the couch, I picked up the remote and decided on something to watch. Did you choose short hair? Yes, I did choose short hair, just to see if it would actually change him. It did. There wasn't much on it this time, besides some B-list horror flick. To my surprise, I find out that Ren actually liked those kinds of movies. Oh, I love them, dude. Pog. Or at least he seems to enjoy it with the way he was hunched over in his seat, gaze intently staring at the screen as a hunt sequence begins. But I suppose I could not understand the intrigue, seeing as once I glanced back at the television, I found myself completely enraptured by the suspense and overall chilling atmosphere of it. The killer was chasing down his victim now, and I watched it with bated breath as he stalks his way towards the door, cutting off the glow of light from underneath the doorframe. Almost smugly, like he knew exactly where his victim was hiding, the masked killer knocks on the door before letting himself in. He walks with heavy footsteps towards the edge of the bed before ever so slowly bending down, lifting the quilt up, raising his axe, and... Ah! Wah! Wah! Luigi! It wasn't the jump scare that got me, but rather Ren's abrupt yelp, clenching my shirt when my rapid heartbeat thrummed against my chest. I spurred a glance at the lanky man with fleeting anger in my eyes. Sorry, I really didn't think a cheap jump scare like that would get me. And here I thought you enjoyed watching these kinds of films. I do. I guess I wasn't paying much attention at the time? I see. I didn't, in fact, see. We can change the movie if you'd like. You don't have to watch it because of me. I know you prefer watching anime anyway. Nah, I don't mind watching some scary movie if you... Huh? How'd you know I like watching anime? That side of me wasn't something I go around telling attractive strangers, and I'd certainly remember if I told it to Ren. Oh, I saw one of your posters on your wall when we came in. Attack on Giants or something, I think? Oh, right. I forgot that I'd hung that up when I first moved into my apartment, but I'm surprised that you noticed it from all the way in the lounge room. But shouldn't it be dark by now in that hallway? It's not like there were any windows to light in the moonlight, and I hadn't turned the light on yet. I actually like that anime too. I've recently started watching it because, well, I thought it looked interesting. He watches Attack on Giant? Well, now that I thought about it made a lot of sense. He definitely gave off Haruko vibes. His oddly specific hairstyle and timid personality were proof of that. Then again, it really might have been a coincidence after all, but there was no harm in asking, right? Is that why you styled your hair like that? Because it honestly reminds me of one of my favorite characters from it. He's one of my favorite characters, actually. Do you know him? Haruko? He's the sorcerer who... Come on, chat, tone it down. This wasn't Moth you were gushing to. No one needed to see this cringy side of you. Hey guys, hey, just a little side convo. Never be afraid of showing off your personality and what you like, okay? If people write off what you like so quickly, they're not a friend, okay? If they're ready to think you're cringe because of what you like actually think you're cringe, not a friend. They're a shitty friend. Although, looking at Ren, he did seem to be interested in what I had to say. But then again, he's probably just being nice. Maybe it is just a trending haircut or something. Sorry. I like Haruko too. He's very timid and sweet, isn't he? I guess that's why he's a fan favorite, huh? Do you normally go for guys like him? There's that switch in personality again. Was he always like this? I was beginning to think that it was more than just an act he was putting on. He's your type, right? Actually, I get a weird sense of deja vu from his words. I find myself thinking back to the time when Moth asked me that very same question. Now that I think about it, Ren definitely fit the description I gave them. He had Haruko's looks and personality, but also liked to dress in that cozy, soft academia aesthetic that I liked. But my interests were ever changing and depended on my hyperfixations, so I couldn't say for certain what my current type was. As if noticing my far-off stare, Ren breaks the silence by talking once more. Uh-oh, but you asked me about my hair, right? I guess it does have something to do with Haruko, but at the same time, not really. I chose this hairstyle because of other reasons. Well, that certainly was ominous. But if we're going to ask, I watch as Ren, he just really likes cotton candy, okay? I'm passing out. Good night. Well, have a good night, Pika. Thanks for tuning in. It was endearing how he tried to pass it off as though he was simply looking around the room, but I knew better. Maska yawned by turning his head to the side while covering his mouth. Tired. I can go get your bed set up now if you'd like. Just give me a second to pull out the air mattress. It's fine. I don't really want to be a bother. I could just sleep on the floor or something. I really don't mind. Honest. But I have a timber flooring. Seriously, don't worry about it. I'll just be 2 seconds. I mean, there's a couch. I get up from my spot on the couch and make a beeline for my closet before I can respond. And yet, I barely got 3 meters away before I could hear the heavy, telltale footsteps of Ren close behind me once more, almost like a lost puppy. It was honestly kind of cute. Shaking my head to dismiss those thoughts, I pull up my trusty air mattress from the closet and begin setting it up in the lounge room. That is, until I found out that it had a massive, gaping hole on the side. Those damn rats! I swear if I had the chance to move apartments, I'd take it in a heartbeat. But until then, I'll continue to send complaint after complaint to that good-for-nothing landlord. Really, I don't mind sleeping on the floor. And like I said, I have uncomfortable timber flooring unless... How will you respond? There's a couch? My hallway has carpet! I won't make chat wait any longer, okay? We'll let him in the bed, okay? I need to piss. I haven't used the bathroom since the last 3 hours. Me too. And guess what? You can share my bed, bro. Wow. Did I really just suggest that? Where did I suddenly get so much confidence from? Dude, what is this? It went like full. Danger meter? What is this? Oh, wait, core updates? In my house spouse era, don't at me. Stop interfering with who... Wait, what? What is this? Stop interfering with my walks, Teo. Not violent. Good morning, Corlin Bay. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh boy, oh my go. Ren.exe. Wait, that's a little concerning. Ren? Treat your books with kindness. Imagine paying to get into a club. My wallet is crying or is 1 hour. What? 30 Davis 30? Thanks. Thanks, Conan. What is this, dude? What? The bottom part is still a work in progress? Love black is what? I don't know. I guess this is good? Oh. I was certain that my face was beet red by now. I could barely spare a glance at Ren to notice that he was sporting a similar demeanor. You're... Sorry, I don't know why No, I don't mind. It's just... Is that really okay with you? I don't want to make you uncomfortable by invading your personal space, and I really don't mind sleeping on the floor. No, it's fine. I'm the one who asked you to do this favor in the first place, so I owe you. Oh, it's like that, huh? It's like that, huh? After showing Ren to the bathroom to freshen up and changing into my own pajamas in the laundry room, I met him in the middle, and we both made our way to my bedroom. Didn't bother flicking on the light, knowing fully well that I'd be busy ignoring his presence next to mine by pretending to be asleep. So instead, I awkwardly let him in before turning to face him in the darkness. You can just pick whichever side you prefer. You first. Oh, but maybe I should be the one closest to the door, just in case. Really didn't need to be so considerate, but nevertheless, I took my side on the left and slowly slipped underneath the sheets. Must have looked forced, but I awkwardly pat the empty space next to me and shoot Ren a crooked smile. He slowly makes his way over and joins me underneath the covers. Before he could say anything, I slammed down a pillow between us. Thwump! Just in case I roll over or something, I'm known to be a cuddler in my sleep. Oh, haha, that's fine. I'm the same, I think. You think? I mean, no one's told me yet, but I've woken up to my limbs tangled around my pillow more times than I could count. I see. Yeah. Great, now it's awkward again. But being this close to Ren, I could smell his scent once more, and it almost felt comforting. I had to fight the urge to roll over onto my side and face him, or rather the pillow once more. Clock moan when they moan. The bed dips as Ren moves around to get comfortable, and I find myself wondering what he might be looking at right now. Was it my ceiling, the pillow between us, or was he laying on his side facing the wardrobe? This game, I will make one criticism of this game. It's too much padding. Too much, like, description, you know? Why was I so concerned in the first place? Sure, I suppose I did find him rather interesting, but didn't explain why I wanted to look at his face one more time. Did I want to get closer to him? Or was I just curious about what that stranger was currently doing in my bed? How will you respond? Just what, like, my personal take is on this. Call to him, say goodnight, move the pillow. Bow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, chicka. Before I can stop myself, my hand reaches out to move the pillow from between us. It was immediately met with soft blue eyes, which I could see widen in surprise even in the darkness of the room. Hi. Hey. Talk about awkward. Without realizing it, I discard the pillow somewhere between me, and as I continue to stare deeply into Ren's eyes, there seemed to be some unspoken tension between us. I had to fight the urge to act upon it. What exactly was I feeling? What did I want to find out? How will you respond? Lean over and kiss him. Before I could think, I find myself leaning over and drawing my face closer to his. Ren seems to be on the same wavelength as me, as I feel his warm breath fan against my cheeks as his own face draws near to close the distance. One of my hands shoots out to rest against his chest. Before I could stop myself, I leaned in the rest of the way. Almost immediately, I was met with a pair of soft lips and the taste of cherry on my mouth. My eyelids flutter shut at the sensation, and I let Ren's overwhelming presence engulf my entire being. The smell of fresh mint, masculine deodorant, and something that was so wholly Ren flooded my senses. I felt myself becoming intoxicated by it all. It was like two pieces of a puzzle slotting together with how perfectly our lips seemed to meld with each other. I couldn't pull myself away. Yeah, it is pretty cringe. One of his hands rises up to cut my cheek, and I find myself keening softly as Ren tilts his head to deepen the kiss. He takes my bottom lip into his own, and what is happening, dude? How much description do I need on a kiss? When I meet him halfway with my own, he seems to have finally found the reassurance he needed before deepening the kiss even more. His hand rests on my waist before gently pulling me closer, clearly not wanting any distance between us. So Ren wanted this just as much as I did. I could feel just how eager he was as he kissed me with more desperation and fervor than anything I'd ever experienced in my life. Smash Violet and leave Ren. True. But we could only go on for so long before one of us needed air, and that someone happened to be me. When I pull away, Ren practically whines at the loss of contact, and I watch with slight amusement as his lips unconsciously follow to seek out mine once more before his eyes flutter open. A beat passes as we just stare at each other, taking in the moment to process what had just occurred. You didn't miss anything, Corvin. His hands are still on me, and it was only then when I noticed that he was tracing faint stars on my cheek with his thumb. Did that really just happen? His voice is soft, so soft that I could barely make out what he was saying, staring at me with such overwhelming adoration in his eyes that I couldn't help but look away. That was when I saw just how hard that kiss affected him. As if noticing what I was staring at, Ren let an awkward sound, and shifted so that his lower half was obscured by the blankets once more. Sorry, you're just really hard to resist. Not that I want to resist you or anything, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want you. Taken aback by his sudden boldness, I had to allow myself a moment to collect my thoughts. What's happening right now? How will you respond? Well, I think we all know what's coming with this one. Chat, close your eyes. Chat, YouTube. We'll see you in a bit, YouTube. You do? Then tell me clearly what you want from me. Do you want me to kiss you again? Or do you want something else? I don't know how graphic this is gonna be. I don't like him, but sexy. Where did this confident aura suddenly come from? The moment I showed interest, it was like he became a different person. Not that I was about to complain or anything. The sight of him was insanely attractive. You've gone quiet on me, chat. You have to tell me what you want, or I'll stop. I want you, Ren. Please. Chat? Without missing a beat, Ren's large frame obscures my vision as he shifts between my thighs. His two arms rest against either side of my head and cage me in. He stares down at me with an almost predatory gaze. He barely allows me a moment to make a sense of the new situation before he leans forward to capture my lips in a searing kiss. His large frame engulfs my vision yet again, and I wrap my arms around his neck to pull him even closer to my body. I'm gonna get jump scared with it, man. Just already hit me with it, dude. Don't do this. There's a hunger behind his eyes now, almost as if he'd been practically yearning for me all this time, so I lean in for yet another selfish kiss. He almost hisses at the contact before deepening it, with one hand coming to caress my cheek once more as the other trails down to my side. Dude, I'm reading a fucking smut novel now, dude. No. He kisses much more fervor now, and I find myself melting in his warm touch. The hand on my side digs deeper into the flesh of my hip before it travels even lower to tug at the underside of my shirt. Uh-oh. His eyes seek out mine in the dark to silently ask for permission, and I breathlessly nod my head. Almost eagerly, he pulls my shirt up to expose my chest. The stark coldness of the room finally sinks in and sends a chill down my spine, but I ignore it in favor of feebly tugging at Ren's clothes as well. He gets the message immediately. Okay, guys. Alright, I'm really just reading smut. This is really awkward for me, okay? Hastily tugging his outer sweater off over his head and letting one of the sleeves dangle off his arm haphazardly. But as I move to take off his white undershirt, he stops me by taking my hand in a gentle hold. Sorry, can we keep that on? I don't feel comfortable taking it off just yet. No, that's fine. I get it. Barely allows me any time to respond before his lips latch onto my neck instead, letting an audible gasp as he bites and sucks on anything he can get his mouth on. One nibble in particular has me arching my body into him. I suddenly became aware of just how much this had been affecting him yet again. Careful. Lets out a shaky moan into my ear, and I found myself wanting to hear him make that sound again. So almost deviously, I reach a hand down to play with the hem of his jeans. Pull at the elastic of his waistband before letting it snap back into place, and Ren's response is immediate. His hips rut desperately into mine as he whines once more into my ear. And his hands and teeth return to their spot on my body. Only this time, he's biting a little harder and squeezing a little tighter. This is horrible. I hate life. His other hand, however, glides down my sides and makes quick work of my pajama bottoms, leaving me in nothing but my underwear. Nice, boxers. I can feel the friction of his jeans even more against my core now. I let out a muffled groan at the intense feeling. Ugh! Almost greedily, Ren's head shifts back up to swallow my noises with a heated kiss. And his hand busies itself with the elastic of my underwear. Oh, okay, that's good. Please do not ever bring this up again. I'm never playing a game like this again. His ocean blue eyes find mine once more and yet another silent question, so I got his hand to where I needed the most as the answer. Fuck, Angel, you're dripping. Excuse me? Hearing him swear had me clenching my aching hole around nothing. And as if he could sense my neediness, I feel him insert one of his slender fingers into the very place I needed him the most and experimentally wiggle around. Oh no! No! Oh! No! Why am I saying this? Ugh. This is, Nah, I don't know if I can keep going. I don't know if I can keep going on this. He starts thrusting his fingers now, slowly easing it in and out of blank before adding another. My breath hitches in my throat as I throw my head back, once again arching into his addictive touch. My hips shamelessly roll into his hand and move in tandem with his ministrations. Not wanting to be the only one experiencing such pleasure, I reach down to tug at his pants and he immediately gets the message to take them off, be it with a bit too much enthusiasm. Ren lifts himself up from on top of me to cast his jeans off to who knows where, before returning again with his undivided attention. It's a little too much, I think, and as if to make up for me temporarily leaving him, he inserts yet another finger. I feel myself stretching at the sheer size of them. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't know. This is too much, dude. This is too much. No, I can't read that. I can't read that sentence. Chat, you're gonna have to look at the screen and read that one yourself, okay? If I could barely handle this many inside me, would I be able to? Reaching down, I let out a hitched breath as I take in just how large his chicken was. I mean, it made sense considering his overall size, but still. Sorry, just getting a little drink of water. Why did YouTube want me to play this game so much? I didn't think it'd be this much. I didn't think it'd be this in depth. This is too much even for me. I'm like, I usually never give a fuck. Sorry, let me mentally prepare myself. He felt thick and heavy in my hand. I could hardly wrap my fingers around it. I gave an experimental squeeze around the tip. I felt Ren shiver above me and nozzle his head into the crook of my neck. What? His breath is hot against my skin now, and his fingers move eagerly inside me. I lost! As if responding to my sounds, his hand moves from my cheek to flick one of my hardened nipples. Got them hard nips. I couldn't help but arch my back into a searing touch. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is, even though I picked the they, them, this is, I feel, definitely written for a female, right? Jin said I've never read Gay Smut, and I have never read, no, wait, I have actually. But not this bad. Not this bad, and not this much. No longer caring about the sounds I made, or holding myself back, I keen at Ren's ministrations. Why did she say ministrations? What is this author, dude? As I desperately cling to his warm skin, quickly feeling that euphoric bliss build up inside me. Just like that. Keep squeezing around my fingers like that. His voice was barely a whisper against my ear, but I heard it nonetheless and felt myself getting closer and closer to the edge. I stroke his length with the same fervor now as I shamelessly buck my hips against his hand, seek out what I was desperately looking for. That's it. You're doing so well, baby. Use my fingers to get off. Oh, shit. I want you to come for me. Can you do that for me, Angel? No. Quickly, he quickens his pace, and suddenly my vision goes white. My toes curl as Ren continues to thrust and scissor his slender digits inside me. God. No! I come with his name on my... tongue. I mean, it could work for a dude. But I don't think without any extra, you know... I'm just gonna say this now. They started this by saying, I'm so wet. So I'd be very concerned. I'd be very, very concerned. Very concerned. Because we didn't get no lube, okay? No. He's inserted it in me. Unless he's going through that hole. The front hole. In which case, that ain't feeling good, I'm pretty sure, okay? I don't... Nah. There you go. Fuck, baby. You did such a good job. I barely heard his words as I lay there, almost lifelessly to catch my breath. His fingers are still inside me. I feel him thrust a few more times before he withdraws them with an embarrassing squelch. His head dips down once more, and I feel him place wet kisses against my neck and collarbone. His mouth brushes over a few sensitive spots. I could tell there would be bruises and hickeys by tomorrow morning. Shit. Ren. Are you alright? This wasn't too much, was it? Not at all. I think I just need a moment. But during my hazed out state, I came to the realization that Ren was still hard. If his subtle grinding against my thigh had anything to do with it. So I wrap my legs around his waist and draw him closer. Draws out the contact and doubles over, but catches himself on his forearms before he could crush me with his weight. Are you sure, Chad? We don't have to. His timid persona resurfaces once more, and had I just not just experienced the best orgasm of my life, I would have been taken aback by the constant whiplash of his personality swings. I want to. Please. Apparently that was all it took to have him back on me once more. This hungry mouth and body on mine as a shaking hand moves to... What is happening? Please, just end! How long? How long is this, chat? How long is this scene? Oh my god. You should know, I haven't done this before. Wait, what? I'm glad I get to experience my first time with someone like you. He's looking at me with those eyes again, as if I was the one who strung the stars up in the night sky just for him to see. And now here he was, telling me that he'd never done this before? This is just full fanfiction. This is a separate game. What the fuck? As if he didn't just make me come like he had the fingers of a sex god. How will you respond? This is my first time having gay sex, too. Really? Then we're the same? Look of pure, unadulterated happiness washes over his features as I felt the leaking tip of his... we get to be each other's firsts. I'm so happy. This is concerning. Ren had the decency to go slowly, considering his large size. I found myself clenching around every inch by an agonizing inch as he enters me. I almost forgot to breathe as I... Oh, God, okay, no, never mind. Okay, chat, you're gonna have to read this on your own. Sorry, read it. Read it, just pause the video. I'm not reading, I'm done. I'm done, this is enough. I've read enough for you sick bastards. Yep. At least there's no hot dog jump scare. I thought there was gonna be a jump scare. Yeah, I can't read that much. This is the worst I've ever... This is the most I've ever read. This can't even go on YouTube, this part, by the way. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. This is like the intimate scene. That's not so bad, actually. That's like nothing, right? Can I do that? Yeah, I can. Yeah. See? That's not so bad. This is nothing, okay? But I'm still not reading it. Pause the video if you want me to read this, okay? Oh my god. This is like way worse than anything I've ever played. This is not a game anymore. This is not just a regular visual novel anymore, okay? No. Nah, dude. No shot, chat. You did this, chat. This is you, by the way, chat. And you did this before he even... Chat, you did this before... Like, you guys did this and he didn't even take you out to dinner yet. Dude, he didn't even buy takeout in this run. This is the first day. Jesus Christ, chat. I missed Emily-style games. Where I'm actually planning on playing the, I actually plan on playing the original, Coffin of Annie and Lele, episode 2 very soon. I plan on playing it again very soon, just to fix my save files, because I fucked them up for my achievements video. They're like fucked. I have no idea what they all are. So I was gonna replay it all on stream again sometime. Maybe next week. Thank fucking God it's over. It's over! I didn't even have a... Oh, dude! YouTube? I guess I'll leave that in for YouTube, because I thought there was going to be nudity. No nudity for YouTube, thank God. Thank God, YouTube. I don't think I really have it in me. I mean, I guess there's another load that we can load up. Oh, God. There's a load. I forgot. There's one more where we're in his house. When we're in his house. Yes. Can I sleep in your bed instead? You want to in my room? Did I just say that? I can't keep letting these intrusive thoughts win. I don't mind, but what's wrong with the guest room? Peers behind my head to glance around the room behind me before sheepishly meeting my gaze once more. Nothing's wrong. I wanted to tease you a little bit is all. Sorry, I don't really know why I said that. Oh, I see. Haha, don't worry about it then. And to be honest, I kind of enjoy it when you tease me. Okay. Well, if everything's okay, I guess I'll just get some sleep then. Yeah, okay. Alright then. Great, I successfully made the mood completely mortifying again. Good night, chat. Sweet dreams. Good night. That's scary. Now that I have my food and Kool-Aid. What do you mean? Nothing happened. I'm crushing on him. Certainly had boyfriend material potential, but I still need to work up the nerve to make it get in that direction. I'm crushing on him. I don't really know what the options are on this one that would be too different. Like if I just skip ahead. Don't say anything. So maybe one more second of being sneaky wouldn't hurt. After all, it wasn't often that I get the chance to observe Ren like this. Before I can do anything, he breaks the silence once more. Shit. You can't be serious. Out of the entire batch, how did I manage to fuck up this bad? Angel! You scared me. How long have you... When did you... Despite his flustered outburst, Ren doesn't seem to move away from the stove. Good morning, chat. I was gonna surprise you with breakfast. Okay, that's the same. Eleanor, that was a lot of just talking. She wants her jacket back. Yep. Her what? Surely not that raggedy old thing she always keeps in the trunk of her car. Honestly, doing her a favor. Besides, doesn't her outfit look cuter without it? I think. Chat. Okay. No thanks. Teo scoffs at my answer while Eleanor visibly deflates. Sorry guys, but I just don't feel up for it. No, I get it. Please don't feel pressure to do something you don't want to, chat. I can tell you've been on edge lately. I wouldn't want to add any more unnecessary stress. Yeah, cool, whatever. I'm sure Jay would be happy to join us instead. Without so much as glancing in my direction, he pulls out his phone and immediately starts to text someone. Eleanor awkwardly shuffles on her feet at the abrupt end of the conversation, but otherwise she doesn't seem to pick up on Teo's curt behavior. Great. Couldn't possibly get more awkward than this. Oh, okay, and then Conan's here. Saying not to ruin their fun, I quietly sneak out the back door. Something in the back of my mind was bothering me because I didn't feel like visiting the Manga store on my way back. Jeez, whatever it was, I hope it'll pass soon. What? Oh, you want me to call Conan? This time? You want me to call Conan? I'm so interested. No one ever replaced my beloved Haruko, but he was slowly starting to climb his way up my list. Unlike some of the other mainstream love interests, he treated the MC with so much respect and adoration, seeing their strong bond somehow filled an unknown empty gap in my heart. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking, but I've always longed to have a deep connection like that with someone. In all my years of living, I've never actually found anything remotely close to it, let alone in the city or in Cortland Bay. I didn't expect this game to be this long, by the way. This is crazy. Whatever, I still at least have my fictional crushes. With that in mind, I sluggishly crawl into bed. Wait, what? Oh. Wait. You didn't agree to go on the date, Angel? Why? Is it because of Teo? Because of me? Were you thinking about me? Did you want to see me again? Is that it? Chat, I missed you too. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to you as much today. But I saw you. I couldn't take my eyes off of you. You're so fun to watch, Angel. It's so cute when you think you're by yourself. I could see you shaking behind the reception counter earlier. Were you thinking about me? No worries. I'll always be with you. Do you want to be with me too? Is that why you were trying to meet me here? Keep it up, and I won't let you leave next time. Do you want that? Do you want to be with me here forever? Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever? Chat, 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 chat. Oh, okay, nothing happened. I'm just kidding. I only wanted to tease you a little. Get your heart racing the same way you make mine. Please don't be scared of me. You know I'd never hurt you. But the thought of always having you by my side is so overwhelming. I ache to have you near. Did you know that? And now that I finally have you here again, maybe I could. No, I can't. Not yet. This time I want you to agree to go on a date with that annoying shit stain. As much as I want you to be with you here forever, there's still so much planned out for the both of us. I can't see it, but I can feel it. I can tell something big is going to happen soon. I can't wait to see what it is. I can't wait to experience it with you too, chat. Alright, I'm going to send you back now. No jump scares this time. I promise, Angel. So be good and do as I say, okay? I love you, Angel. I love you so much. Until next time. Oh, okay. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Yeah, I can see you. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's call... We called Ren. Let's call Conan. Conan? Admittedly, calling out my boss wouldn't be the weirdest thing for me to do. Phone rings and rings, though no one seems to pick up. Perhaps he was busy. Maybe he was still at the library. Before I can berate myself for doing something so ridiculous calling my employer, Conan finally answers. Yes? Conan, this is Chat. Ah, Chat. Good evening. Is everything alright? It's a bit late for these sorts of calls. His concern is evident in his tone, and I almost feel bad for making him worry. Yeah, sorry, I know it's late, but I just wanted to call you so you'd have my number. Wow, nice save, Chat, Riz. Now that I think about it, maybe texting you would have been a better idea. It's quite alright, as long as you're fine. Thank you for your number. Thank you for giving me yours. Oof, this conversation couldn't get any more awkward, could it? Of course, your safety means a lot to me. In the event that something should happen, don't hesitate to call me. Right. An awkward pause ensures that I'm so close to pretending that the connection drops just so that I could end the call. But it seems fate is on my side tonight because suddenly, something on the other end of the line captures Conan's attention, pulls him away momentarily. I believe Alice needs my assistance. I'll have to go shortly. Oh, that's fine. No worries. Thanks again for talking with me. And you as well, sweetheart. We'll have to continue this conversation another time. Perhaps when we're both free. Sweetheart? Yeah, sure. Definitely. Ugh, I was beginning to sound a lot like Ren. Good night, chat. Enjoy the rest of your evening. All of a sudden, the line cuts off. Well, there wasn't much sense in dwelling over that painful encounter. Figuring I had nothing else left to do, I decided it's finally time to satisfy the cravings of my stomach. Without wasting any more time, I get up and tiredly trudge around my apartment as if my body were on autopilot. But just as I'm about to enter the kitchen, my phone rings once more. Glancing down, I notice Ren's contact details flash on the screen. Did he want to talk? Admittedly, I was a bit curious to see Ren again after missing him in the Manga store earlier. A beat passes, and before I could stop myself, I answer his call. Oh, I was fucking hoping that it would let me say no. Soothing voice greets me, and I can barely feel the excitement. Okay. Agree to come over to my place. Oh, so if you call him, he comes over no matter what. What about if I just don't call Conan? What if I say someone else? Someone else. Yeah, I called Teo. Without thinking, I tap on Teo's number and bring the phone close to my ear. It's almost a humbling experience sitting here and waiting for Teo to answer. Sam was practically glued to his phone at all times, so I knew for a fact that he was aware of me calling, probably letting it draw out this long for his own personal entertainment. But just when I'm about to end the call and do something more productive, instead he finally answers in that smug tone of his. Still thinking about me. It's barely been a few hours. Unfortunately, are you doing anything right now? Might be doing someone later if that's what you're asking. It wasn't. Don't be like that, doll. I'm just messing with you. What, are you bored or something? Want me to change that? Yes, actually. Do you mind coming over? I have food. Think I'd prefer food over you? That's really cute. You're shuffling from his end and what sounds like the television being turned down. Actually, you live in the north side of the bay, right? In that shitty rundown complex? Okay, ouch. And yes, but it's only shitty if you squint. Everything looks fine on the outside. Yeah, if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to do a little rain check on this little evening rendezvous. What? Why? No reason. I just suddenly changed my mind. But don't worry. Kirtio's shift again before the suns of the ocean filter in, cluing me in on his whereabouts. He's probably in his beachside villa, standing on one of his many stupidly expensive balconies that overlook the beach. We'll be seeing each other tomorrow. Surely you can wait that long. You mean you'll be seeing Eleanor tomorrow, right? Feeling brave, I figure I might as well call him out on his strange behavior from this morning. The blonde one? Sure. Sure. You don't exactly sound too certain, or happy for that matter. You don't exactly sound jealous to me either. What? Jealous? Did he really just say that again? Why on earth would Teo want me to feel that way? So obviously showing interest in Eleanor this morning, so what does my feelings matter to him? Nothing. Look, something just came up. I'll see you tomorrow. See ya. Teo. All of a sudden the line cuts off. This wasn't like his usual self. It was throwing me for a loop. But great. Thanks to Teo, I'm annoyed again. Okay, and then it's just the phone again, and he comes over. Location is nice, sure. Rent is low, not so bad here. Steal my laundry. Got some crumbs on your face. Oh, I wiped the crumbs off his cheek. Sorry, am I skipping? I'm probably not gonna do everything possible. Change the channel. What was I thinking? This movie was clearly messing with my head. Suddenly, I slapped my cheeks and focused my attention back to this TV screen. Not wanting to let this awkward encounter draw on any longer, I reached for the remote and flicked to the local news station instead. Thank you for the hydrates. Monotone voice droning on about the weather fills the silence, and I feel the couch move as Ren shifts in his seat. That was, yeah. Oh, it stays the same? Okay. Alright. We zoom in, boys. Is that what it says for that? Okay. I didn't realize. So he's a bit of a He's a bit of a cuck, man. He's a bit of a cuck. Man, this guy really he really, actually, straight up, he wants me to go on the date with the other person. Call Violet. You want me to call Violet? Sure. Phone rings for exactly 4 times before Violet picks up, and we barely get a few minutes into the call before she's suggesting that I come over instead. Admittedly, it was a nice idea, and before I know it, I'm picking up my keys and heading out. I can already smell the soft aroma of lavender in time the moment I step out of my apartment and make my way across the hall. Wait a second, this is different. Okay, Hungary with the right choices. Following the flowery scent towards Violet's front door, I barely have to knock 2 times before my neighbor appears on the other side with a gentle expression on her face. Come in, make yourself at home. I'll bring us some snacks while you get settled. Now that I think about it, I don't think you've met Christy yet. Violet gently ushers me into her open-plan kitchen before muttering something about retrieving a few things from the pantry. Disappears from my sight and momentarily, only to return once more with her hands full and a bounce in her step. Alongside a tray of what looked like home-baked cookies in a teapot, Violet reveals a potted gardenia up to eye level and proceeds to make it wave by moving one of its leaves. This is Christy. She's very shy, but here, help yourself to anything you'd like. My neighbor's smile doesn't seem to falter as she offers me a plate of cookies and some herbal tea before she grabs some for herself as well. You know, your aura seems off today. Have you eaten yet? Not yet. I've been feeling a bit angsty since this morning, if I'm being honest. Oh dear, what happened? Well, was I really about to confide in my neighbor about rather personal details regarding my friendships? Well, I guess this is a first for everything. Actually, I'm going on this double date to the aquarium tomorrow, except, well, it's not exactly a double date. I'm not quite sure I follow. It's not going to be a date? Well, my childhood friend and I got roped into tagging along on an outing between a coworker and my friend Teo. He's been adamant on calling it a double date. I just watched as Violet's face scrunches up at the mention of Teo's name, which made sense considering how she's been well acquainted with him in the past. Didn't know the exact details of their history, but I did know that Teo and Violet never really got along with each other. That big musclehead is still up to his usual antics. Unfortunately, it all seems rather odd though. I mean, you and I both know he isn't the type to settle down, and Eleanor, my coworker, is the biggest hopeless romantic I know. She always talks about having that white picket fence dream, whereas Teo can barely sit through a single conversation about his own feelings. I knew I was beginning to ramble at this point, but I couldn't seem to stop myself. And what's worse is that Teo is suddenly interested in relationships all of a sudden. I don't get what his motives are. He certainly is a cunning person. I wouldn't put it past him. It was a weak response, but I could tell Violet was trying to be considerate of my feelings. Though it has been a while since I've last spoken to Teo, perhaps he's changed his ways? Doesn't really seem like something he'd do, though. Got more food! Let us sigh and absentmindedly run my hands over my pants in order to smooth out the wrinkles. Sorry, Vi, you probably didn't expect me to come over just to rant about my problems. It's quite alright, chat. I'm always happy to lend an ear. Sometimes it's good to let your thoughts out. It helps to... All of a sudden, Violet's phone starts to buzz in her pocket. She sheepishly pulls it out, only to frown at the message displayed on the screen. Oh dear, something's gone wrong at work. I'm sorry, but I think I'll need to... Oh, go ahead. I should head back home anyway. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. It's nothing to be sorry for. We had a lovely time together, didn't we? Here, take some more cookies before you go. Don't get much of a choice before Violet deposits more of her baked goods onto my empty plate and places it in my hands. She's the one, boys. She really is the one. The gamer plant girl. And you could tell by the black skirt that she got a goth side, okay? She even walks me to her door before stepping out behind me as well, and has me wondering if she was about to head to her workplace at this hour. It seems my thoughts get answered once Violet procures a set of keys from somewhere and begins the lengthy process of locking her door. When I catch that landlord again, I swear. Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay? Oh, chat? Her gaze seems to fall from my face towards my outfit, and it's then that I realize I'm still wearing the hoodie Ren gave me today. Where did you... No, never mind. Good night, chat. Oh, wait. Make sure to lock your door once you're inside. Sure. With that awkward farewell, I leave Violet to her own devices and head back to my apartment across the hall. Both. Both? Both. Okay. Oh my god, he's still... No way, she still picks up the call? She still picks up the call? We zooming, boys? Enjoying the food? Okay. This is still the same. Okay. I can like try some more phone calls, but I don't think it really matters. Maybe Leon. Tap on Leon's phone. Still on the beach. Evening Sunfish, what's up? Everything good? Hey Leon, sorry for calling you so late. I know we already saw each other earlier, but I guess I just wanted to hear your voice again. Oh, miss me that much? Huh? Haha, I'm flattered. Miss your voice too. Felt at ease, talking to my childhood friend. It probably shows, given how I instantly start to melt into the sofa with a soft sigh. But seriously though, is everything okay? I can come over if you want. Nah, that's fine. You don't have to do that. If I'm being honest, I think I had my fair share of face-to-face conversations already. Yeah, you did seem tired earlier today. Probably be even more tired tomorrow knowing Teo will be involved. Ha, yeah, he's got that effect on people, unfortunately. Here, Leon let out another soft chuckle at his own silly joke. Speaking of, you still good with our plans for tomorrow? Yeah, I'm still up for it, but it's Eleanor I'm more worried about. How so? Was I really about to confide in Leon about rather personal details regarding my friendships? Well, I guess there's a first for everything. Teo is honestly the worst person for her. I mean, you and I both know he's not exactly the type to settle down, and Elle's the biggest hopeless romantic I know. She always talks about having that white picket fence. Beginning to ramble, couldn't stop myself, and what's worse is that Teo suddenly... Okay, this is the same thing. Wait, you know how Teo can be. The bloke's always full of surprises. Weak response, but I could tell Leon was trying his best to reassure me. There are any visual novels where the relationships are straight? Well, I could have made this one straight. To be fair, I could have made this one a straight relationship. I think you're asking if it's a girl. Which actually isn't very common, honestly. It's always the guys. It's always going after guys. But you can be a girl. It just doesn't feel like something he'd do, though. Yeah, guess so. Okay. His voice gets cut off. God, hello. The reception is always spotty here. You still there, Chad? I might have to end this call. Just text me, yeah? Okay. See you tomorrow, Sunfish. All of a sudden, the line cuts off. Sorry. It's always gay some way. I mean, are you... I don't know what to say, man. They're usually always a dude. But I could have played a girl in this. Like, I could have played a girl straight up. But she's still gonna pick up his phone? Yeah, he's still... Okay. I want to go to the main menu. Neutral love. Harko's spouse. Like... Oh, so they have, like, little different things. That's so weird, but he's at dislike? I dislike him, I guess, in this run. Huh. I guess you're supposed to use that to, like, guess the different, Yeah. Okay, that's where I'm gonna stop, because I don't have any more time to play today. That's where we're leaving 14 days with you, okay? That's where we're gonna leave it off. It's just a demo right now. I have done things for this game that I have never expected I would ever do. I'm not proud of myself after playing this game, chat. It hurt me. The game was fun. It is a long-ass demo, man. I don't know why the developers do releasing day. I think they're releasing each day, like, slowly. But honestly... These days are long as fuck when you have 14 days. It's practice for when we make you read fanfics. Oh my god, I couldn't even read the rest of it. It was too much. Yeah. It was good. It was fine. I think it was good. I actually do enjoy the more Yandere side of it, like the evil side of it. I actually really enjoyed that. That was good. Like the creepiness of it, like where he actually kills you. Randomly, or like how he's like controlling what you say. I don't know what the twist is gonna be yet. He's like a programmer, so maybe he's like installed like a chip in your brain and it's like forcing you to make decisions. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Interesting. I tried really hard for you guys, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it all, man. It just got too far. It's just no, I can't say it out loud. Uh, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Clock, and we play visual novels, horror games, and a AAA game once in a while, too. If you like any of that sort of thing, definitely stick around. We'll get a laugh out of you, trust me. So please subscribe. Thank you. To all my current subscribers, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. Have a good one, okay, guys? I'll see you next time. Bye. Peace. That's the end of the video. There's more to this game. Like, there's a lot more to this game. It's just I'm running out of time. I gotta do some stuff, so. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I'm glad we didn't have to scream and freak out about a hot dog jump scare. But this game didn't really have that many CGs either, to be fair. It didn't have that many. So I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to it when they update it. Maybe we won't. Who knows?